I need that sports encyclopedia. Where you at, Steve Kim? Got Trent in the cut. Yeah.
Where you at, man? In the gym shooting, I'm Durant. You ain't shooting John Moran.
Darnell is the Ball State legend. I'm the Warren Central High School legend.
I'm proving with a reliable source, straight from the mouth of the horse. Smitty and JB and Smitty from West Coast to Yost.
I love talking ball. It's nice to connect with guys that are like-minded and just are real and genuine.
Better stay in your lane. How did
you are fucking insane. Dude, what? You just will not give this guy his flowers. What is wrong with you?
Oh, you must have thought I was a bitch.
I am him. You's not it. What's the topic? When's your logic when I flow? Big Komodo, how it's talking.
You gotta get back to letting the baby cry a little bit to see if they can soothe themselves. That's a bar.
Issues get pressed so fast you don't get sacked like bags and baggage. Smitty and Jason Brown killed it, yeah, it's a rap. We what the game's been missing, we switched it and filled the gap.
I identified him after his third fight and I said that guy should be a star.
I'm so proud of the show, bro.
The gap. Smitty and Jason Brown.
Coach JB Show.
What up? It's your boy Big Smitty here, man. Welcome to the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty, man. It's Workbook Wednesday, so I hope you're strapped up and ready to go. We got a loaded show for you today, man. A loaded show for you today. We've been teasing it all week. We got Lombardi joining us, Stein joining us, and it's going to be a crazy show, man. Pound that like button, man. Subscribe if you haven't already, and get ready for the best show of the week. What's going on, chat, man? I love to talk to y'all, man. Make sure y'all talk back. I'm gonna give you a quick update before we even get straight to it. So JB wakes up 3 o'clock in the morning. He only got 3 hours of sleep. You know, JB, he barely sleeps. He went to sleep at midnight, woke up at 3 in the morning. Boom. He wakes up, it's pitch black dark. He's a little nervous. He's not nervous, but he's a little concerned. Like, okay, what's really going on? Ash is barking, Callie is barking. So JB jumps up. He reaches in his side drawer. He grabs what he grabs. He's walking around. He's moving around, making sure there's no intruders in the house. He goes out the back. Boom. Checks out the backyard. Pitch black dark. He looks to his left. He looks to his right. Nothing. Can't see anything. Has to turn the flashlight on the phone. He walks around to the front of the house. Looks down the street. Looks down the other way. Nothing at all. He finds out, y'all, the whole power in the neighborhood got shut down. The power had been shut down in JB's hood for hours. But guess what? I just got a text message from my guy JB that the power is back on. It came back on right before the show started. So JB is setting up right now as we speak, and will be joining us in the next 5 or so minutes, man. So make sure y'all put a hand clap emoji in the chat right now for Coach JB, man. Perfect timing, because he going to be here in a couple minutes. But right now, I'm going to load the show up and get it started for us right now, man. Like I said, so listen, load the show today. Yesterday, NBA playoffs. I don't know if y'all tuned in or not. I know I did. 76ers got a big-time win against the Knicks. They were down by 6 points with 28 seconds left, and they found a way to come back. Shout out to Maxey. The man looks like a young superstar already. The Cavaliers and the Magic, they were tied up 2-2 in the series. Cavaliers, close win, 104-103 against the Orlando Magic. They need one more win to close out the series. And then the Bucks blew out my Indiana Pacers. And yes, I did say my Indiana Pacers. My Lakers are out. So I'm rooting for my Pacers right now. But the Pacers are still up 3-2. So we shall see what happens, man. More of NBA playoffs obviously later on today. We're going to be putting up our bets on Winnable. So if you have not joined our Winnable community yet, man, make sure you go on to winnable.com right now, hit the link, and get access to all the bets we're going to be putting up right now. I ain't going to lie, I've been a little cold lately. So, you know, when you're in a cold streak for a long time, the only direction that you can go is up. So, I mean, I gotta get back up soon. JB's been on fire. He's been either hitting his bets or missing it by one. So either way, man, I'm on there. JB's on there. Nadu's on there and much more. So make sure you tune in. Make sure you join, subscribe to our winnable.com, man. Back to the topics, though. Shadour Sanders, I don't know if you guys saw this, calls out former Colorado wide receiver Xavier Smith, calling him mid after Xavier says that Deion Sanders told him to go into the transfer portal and said, quote, he was destroying guys' confidence and belief in themselves. You already know that we're going to dive into this right here, man. I have a opinion on this one. Obviously, JB does as well. We might agree today, actually, on this. I don't know. We typically don't agree when it comes to Coach Prime and, Coach Deion Sanders in Colorado, so we shall see. In the MLB, Shohei Ohtani supposedly stolen millions of dollars, funneled into a bookie via Las Vegas casino. We're going to dive into that, man. We got some new information and updates on that as well. I know the Dodgers played last night. I was actually watching the game before I fell asleep. Did the Dodgers win last night, baby? Check that out for me whenever you get a chance. No rush at all right now, man. My coach, GM Chris Ballard said when the coach drafted Latu, we got the best fucking edge rusher in the draft. And I agree with him right here. Look at this man right here. He's a monster. He plays with passion, physicality, quick. He's still raw, though, so has a lot to work on. But the thing about him, you can see it already. He's ready to work. I saw he already has a Colts horseshoe tatted on his arm. I don't know if it's real or not, but it looked real to me. And he's already out there hitting the bags, doing the D-line work, ready to go, man. So that's why I love the pickup. We did get the best fucking edge rusher in the draft in Latu. And Latu, if you're watching this right now, you're in my city, Indianapolis, Indiana. Whatever you need, I am your plug. If you need food, call me. If you need clothes, hit me up. If you need call me as well. Whatever you need, I am your guy. I will tell you where not to go in Indianapolis. Don't go to the Far East Side by yourself. You can go to Far East Side, but don't go by yourself. Don't go to 42nd and Post Road by yourself. Don't go to the 21st and Shadeland by yourself. Don't go to a lot of places. I wouldn't say go by yourself because they don't know you yet. Just call me. I got a long list of places where to go, where not to go, what's safe, what's not safe. We can figure it out, man. But the city is excited to have you, Latu. Another one, man. I know you guys been watching these videos, I'm sure, online. It's been good. It's been getting wild with all the protests going on different campuses around the globe. And the police broke into Columbia University to actually arrest students. And some of the students were saying that, can we go home? We have finals. It's really just some chaos going on all these college campuses right now, where it's like even the students who are not involved in the protest, students who are not involved in anything going on from this, the Palestinian protest situation or whatever, they can't go to class. They can't get to their dorms in some cases. And I just don't know, man. Like I said, I'm still learning about the why behind everything, but I'm just putting myself back in my Ball State shoes. And if I'm a college student right now, I'm not protesting. I'm just playing football. I'm trying to go to school. And I'm just imagining myself, I got my book bag on. I'm walking to campus, about to be late, to algebra 101, freshman year or whatever. And there's a group of people with their arms locked, not allowing me to go through. I'm going to be real with you. I'm pushing through. I'm breaking the arm lock, and I'm getting in class. Ain't no way in hell these cats is keeping me from getting to my classroom if that's where I need to go. They're not keeping away from eating, classroom. They're not keeping away from the dorm room. Like, look at this, man. Like, if you notice, all the videos you see, the people who are stopping me from getting in are like some really nice people who are, kind of smaller, not violent at all. So they feel like they're big and bad and they're tough right now. But like, again, they do this at the wrong campus or the right person wants to actually get into this building. It can be a whole nother situation. And again, I'm not advocating for violence. That's not what I'm saying. But at the same time, you can't block people from getting to their destination who has nothing to do with whatever you're protesting for. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm still learning on why they're protesting. So maybe maybe to them, they have a good reason why they're doing it. I don't know. But regardless, don't stop students who are paying this high-ass tuition to go to these universities to learn, to better themselves, prepare for life after school, life after sports, whatever the case may be. You're literally stopping them from furthering their education, from getting to the library, from getting to class, getting to the dorms. Like, it makes no sense. I just don't understand that part of it. And I don't know. It's getting bad. I know Alex Stein will be joining us later today. He can dive more into it. I know he was out at I think it was news right there.
What up? You hear me?
We got JB in the building. Yeah, I can hear you, JB. What's going on?
You got me?
Yeah.
Fuck, man. I don't know. What a joke.
How you doing, man? You good? I was starting to get into the flow. I was getting comfortable just doing it without you, man. I'm about to change.
What a fucking joke of a morning, man. God damn. I thought Hamas hit us, man. Quick. I thought they hit us this morning, to be real with you.
Man, maybe they did.
I got about 4:30 in the morning. Fucking no power. I go outside. No power nowhere. The whole city looked black, dark. I was like, damn. So
when you first woke up and saw it was dark, did your hood instincts kick in? Did you think somebody had broke in?
Strapped up.
I told you.
I sent Ash out with the flashlight. I got the flashlight, the heater, and go find it. I would hear you get in my house though. My house is too locked down.
Yeah, you got cameras, ashing them with bark.
Well,
you got gates.
Cameras dead.
Oh, that's a good one. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, man. So I was kind of in a trick bag. But yeah, I thought it was May 1st. I'm like, what day is it? May 1st? Fuck, Hamas hit us or something. I didn't know what was happening. So I don't know, man.
I thought somebody in the chat, but what's somebody in the chat? I thought they pulled up on you, but hey, I'm glad it ain't that. I'm glad the power's back on. It's clear.
I was about to do it in the car, and then I was like, fuck, I don't want to look ghetto. We had a conversation on the phone, and we were like, I don't know. I got Michael Lombardi, Alex Stein. Do we want to be ghetto with it? It is the realest show on Planet ERF. And then I'm like, so then I was like, fuck it. And then the power. My neighbor called me, like, Coach is back on. I'm like, fuck, I'm in the truck. Charging my phone. My phone dead. It was a bad morning so far, man. I had to get the studio lamp back up.
Hey, but we here though, JB. That's all that matters, man. Perseverance and push through adversity.
Who else is on today? I sent the link out to Lombardi. I sent the link out to Alex. So we're good. Hopefully, Alex at 7:30, Lombardi at 8:30.
Today, Wednesday. Is Matt coming on?
Nah, Matt texted us. He said he got sick. He throwing up blood.
Dang, teaser piece up for Matt, man. What the hell is he eating?
Hey, I thought it was some black people shit, though. I told you this morning. I woke up and my hood instincts kicked in. My old WPS, BPS mix kicked in.
Okay.
I was like, fuck. Do I owe Edison a bill around this motherfucker? I thought I owed Edison a bill. Like, no. I just got the... Oh, I'm not going to say that yet. I was like, damn, I just got something yesterday. I was like, don't tell me my house bill ain't paid.
Right.
I was like, oh, shit. I got to go stay at Smitty crib.
Yeah, man. How y'all doing, chat? Hope everybody good. Everybody smooth.
Hey, let's dive in. Can I start the show off?
Start it off. I mean, I started it off, but you can restart it off. You
already started it off, but let's dive into I want to dive into something. So, my lead-in, I didn't get a chance to do it because I don't have the rundown today. It's just we ad-libbing. We coaching today. That's how we do it. When you coach, you got to make shit happen. Ain't nothing worse than an assistant coach that starts fumbling and, oh man, I don't know what to do. Coach ain't here. Motherfucker, then you ain't never going to lead nobody if you can't nut up and relax and have some poise. Calm your motherfucking asses down. It'll be all right. That's why we don't have no leadership in this country, dog. Motherfuckers be panicking and shit. You know why? They're used to social media. They used to being on Twitter talking shit.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure we gotta start a show up. I'm gonna get Netflix on the phone where motherfuckers we find the person, we track their URL, straight to where they fucking tweeting at, and they tweeting talking shit like, and then like we got the camera, the motherfucker turn around and it's me.
and then what happens next though?
And then the motherfucker, we'll see. I guarantee the motherfucker, oh man, the playing coach, I love you, coach. Because that's what these bitch ass motherfuckers do. That's what they do. All right, let's dive into. I'll dive into something real quick. I got some JB-isms.
Oh,
I'm trying to figure out. We're 5.5, 6 months away from an election, correct?
Yep.
All right. Does anything seem off this time around? You've been a part of how many elections that you can recall? 3 that you really remember?
Yeah, that I really remember.
Obama,
obviously
Obama,
Biden.
your first one?
Yeah, that was the first time I voted was Obama. That was 20. What was that? 2012.
08.
08, and then he got reelected. So that's the first one I remember Bush, but like I was young though. I was like young.
All right, so you've been through 3. What do you remember in each one of those leading up to the election? What do you remember anything specific?
All I know is it seems like there's always some type of distraction or something going on prior to it happening. I'm trying to think back at like specific distractions, but there was always something going on in the world that was trying to keep us distracted, or it felt like that at least. It felt like it was trying to keep us distracted from what was going on. But you talk to me, you got something on your mind right now. Anytime JB does this to his chin, to his beard, he got some
power, some shit kicked off. I don't know if did it. I'm good?
You super good. It's better now than it was a few minutes ago.
Okay, what usually happens during a COVID? I mean, what usually happens?
War.
No. What usually happens during presidency so you can see who the fucking candidates are?
The debates.
No, before that.
The fucking with all the what's it called? I know what you're saying.
Campaign?
Yeah.
Where the fuck the campaign's at? Why ain't we seen not one campaign ad, homie? I ain't seen a commercial. I ain't seen a campaign being ran in our city. I ain't seen I'm coming to San Diego. I'm coming to LA. I ain't seen not one campaign ad ever. This is the first time in my 48 years I ain't seen one fucking campaign being pushed by not one candidate. Have you seen a campaign by JFK or RFK or whatever? I haven't seen any Trump shit. I haven't seen Biden shit. Why haven't we seen one campaign? Ad, a commercial, an ad, I haven't seen one campaign ad. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, what the fuck's going on? And I haven't heard anyone talk about it. I'm the first one to know. I'm just telling you, because I'm just this morning, this is where my lead-in was going to be. And I had it all written down, but now I'm all fucked up with all my shit's down. So I'm like, why hasn't been one campaign commercial, one campaign ad, one sign? I haven't seen signage. I haven't seen commercials being bought. I haven't seen anything. And I'm sitting there like, why? And everyone in the chat is continuing to say, Trump already won. Trump's in court. It ain't shit about Trump, dog. What tells me is, Smitty, and I'm just being the hustler that I am.
Okay.
That this fucking thing has already been elected. This has already done.
Really? You think so?
It's already done, dog. Why aren't you having no primary, no campaign ad? This thing's already settled. Either A, will be in war by then, so there'll be no reason to do a fucking election. Or B, that this thing is already done. My worry is every single candidate knows it already. Because not one of them's coming out. Not one of them's coming out and saying, here we go.
I mean, now that you mention it, it's crazy. I'm trying to think back. I have not seen any ads, any commercials. I haven't seen anything.
We're 5 months away, homie. Usually it started last year already.
Yeah, it is kind of weird. I don't know. I don't know. I gotta lock in now because now you got my mind all fucked up now. I'm like, damn, I've not seen any campaign. And usually you do see a whole bunch of campaign commercials. The commercial come on. This is why you shouldn't vote for Biden. This guy doesn't believe in us. He's over here falling around on the ground. He doesn't know how to leave.
I ain't seen nothing. And it just kicked into me yesterday while I was sitting here smoking a stick, sipping some yak. And I'm sitting there like, where the fuck are the campaigns at? Where are the fucking ads at? Why haven't I seen nothing? And then I'm starting to think like, not one candidate though, not one. And yet I've seen money dropped on certain people. So I did a little deep dive, Smitty. I want to give you a little deep dive real quick.
Okay, break it down.
So right now, Donald Trump has, so what has been donated to Donald Trump campaign has been over $11.5 million. Biden has over $12 million. Now that doesn't even make sense. And I did a deep dive, and I went into our great ad sponsors like Bet Online, Prize Picks, DraftKings, and FanDuel. I don't know, Bailey, if you could find this, Bailey. You might be able to find this. Look at the odds on who the president's going to be. Why is all the money on Biden? Why is all the betting money on Biden, homie?
Really?
That don't make no goddamn sense. Why is all the money on Biden? Biden is the most bets right now have been placed on Biden.
That is kind of weird. I don't know though.
Trump is second. Michelle Obama's third, homie. Have you seen one ad from Michelle Obama that she's running for president?
I have not.
She's running for president, dog.
I think you told me that like a few weeks ago, but I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen her speak. I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen anything at all. I don't know if it's my algorithm is fucked up because they know I'm not into politics, so I just don't see it on my social media because they control what you see. But I'm not seeing I haven't seen anything, JB. Not a commercial on TV, not an ad on Instagram or Twitter, not anything. I don't know what's going on.
There's no way. This shit would be on commercials and everything. So,
man.
I think my camera's dead. That's what it is. Hold on. Let me charge my shit.
I can see you. I can see you right now.
I don't know, Smitty. This shit is very interesting, dog. I'm just going to tell you. I don't trust nothing.
So let me ask brass tacks. So you saying that there's no campaigns, there's no commercials. You're saying you look at the gambling odds and Biden is the favorite to win. Are you putting out are you conspiracizing? I made that up. Are you conspiracizing that Biden's going to win again? Is that what your gut is telling you? Like, what is your gut telling you right now?
Man, I don't know, dog.
I'm gonna be real this whole time. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I feel like Trump's gonna win. I think it's a no-brainer. He's gonna win, just based upon the energy, based upon how people are feeling about Biden right now, and just the the candidates who we have who's running. I just think everybody who I talk to, like, most people believe in the streets that Trump is gonna win. For multiple different reasons.
Yeah. Somebody said Michelle said she's not running. Really? But she sure has fucking money in it. Why is she the third most bet on person to win this fucking the Olympics, the fucking presidency then? So they're betting on her though. That's what I'm saying. They're betting on her though. All I'm caring about is the betting odds. And the betting odds has Biden right now with the money. So the money is on Biden.
Are betting odds always right?
No, fuck. But why are you putting money on? Why is there $12 million being placed on Biden to win? That's my question.
So for clarity, because at first, when you listed out the money, you said it was $11 million in money donations or whatever that Trump had. You said it's over $12 million that Biden has. Is that donations for their campaigns, or are you saying that's the money that was bet? Yes. Upon them both. Oh,
that was people that placed bets.
I misunderstood that part. Okay, got you.
I might have said it wrong. Shit, I'm over here scrambling. So yeah,
that's not good.
People have bet more money on Biden than Trump. Barely though.
Got you.
So I'm trying to figure out how that's even going down. Like,
there's still a lot of people. Again, you know how it is with politics. A lot of people are so party lovers, meaning that if I'm a Democrat, I'm a Democrat. That's who I'm voting for. No matter who's running and no matter what's going on, that's who I'm voting for. The other side, I'm a Republican. That's what it is. I'm right. That's what it is. I'm voting for them. No matter who it is, that's who I'm voting for. So I'm not surprised that it's like that. The fact that it's close, that makes sense. Now, if it was like Biden had 15 million people betting on him to win and Trump had 9, I'd be like, oh, that's a little weird. But if it's 11 and 12, basically, that's neck and neck. So I don't know. We gonna see.
Yeah, I don't know. But it is what it is. Did we get a quote of the day?
Nah, see, I did shit my way. You know, I jumped in, I gave them the background, what was going on with you. I made up this beautiful story of how you woke up. It was pitch black dark. You went out in your backyard, you grabbed your stick, not that stick, your other stick. You had ass with you. I had a whole little story. You gotta go back and watch it. I did that. I introed the topics we gonna do. Talk about the NBA playoffs last night. Maxey went crazy. The Pacers got blown out against the Bucks. Some NBA games coming on tonight. I talked about Shohei Ohtani has an update on some of his gambling shit. I remind him who we got coming on as guests, and then you jumped on right there, JB. So now it's perfect time for you to do your quarter of your day. And then
straight now? Am I straight?
The shit been straight.
Hey, quarter of the day. What up, man? The real Coach JB here for the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty. We got a proud new sponsor, of course, for the second part of the year, and that's Bet Online. Continue to be your number one source for all basketball wagering needs, including pro and college hoops throughout the year. March Madness is here. Join us every Monday and Friday with Jeff Nadu as we will pick them and up-to-minute odds, stats, and trends. You can follow your favorite team's path to the playoffs with in-game live betting, contests, and all the best player props. Experience the world's best wagering platform anytime from your desktop to your mobile device. Head on over to BetOnline today. Become part of the team and remember to use promo code BELIEVE, B-L-E-A-V, for 50% off plus welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. Peace. Smitty, life isn't as serious as the mind makes it out to be. Quote of the day.
I like it.
It really ain't. So, you know, it is what it is.
I be stressed out over here, JB. It'd be little stuff that happens and that just kind of threw off my plan or whatever for the day. Because I'm real, I'm real regimented when it comes to my day. And some stuff happens. I'm like, man, fuck, I'm pissed off now. I'm frustrated. But like you said, you got to sit back and think about what's really going on in the world. It's like, man, this ain't even that serious. Like, why? I'm over here mad and stressed out and this, that, and third over nothing. I lost my Fox badge yesterday and I didn't know where it was at. And something told me that I dropped it when I went to Target yesterday. So I said, you know what? I did the Porch Podcast episode last night, drove to Target, went there, and it was in the lost and found. And they gave me my badge. But I said, what are the chances? When you do stuff, when you treat people the right way, JB, I feel like good energy comes back to you. Because, like, what are the chances that anybody could have just took the ID, thought it was something else and stole it or threw it away in the trash. But I feel like when you put out good energy comes back to you. It's been times where like I've slipped up and like went out to eat and paid for something and like didn't grab my card and I go back and they got it. It's like, damn, like it's been certain situations in my life where I'm like, this could have went a complete different direction, but for whatever reason, it went this way and it was good for me. So,
or you could have just been fucking lucky.
But if it keeps happening, JB, I don't know, bro. Like I think I'm blessed a little different there.
Hey, look, I do believe in karma though. I do believe in karma. That's why I've never been the guy that if I'm fucking with a girl, I never was the guy to cheat. I never cheated because I truly believe in karma. I just say, listen, girl, I'm not feeling it. I'm moving on.
Yeah.
I just think that's what a man's supposed to do. Like this side dick and side chick shit, I never got it. I don't understand it. I still don't get it. It's like, can't have best of both worlds, homie. That's what commitment means. That's why I don't get these kids who keep entering the transfer portal saying they decommit. There's no such word. We already talked about it on the show. There's not a word. There's no such word as decommit. Type it in your phone right now. Your phone is going to put a red line underneath it as it doesn't exist. The word don't exist. Decommit doesn't exist. I don't understand why we've made that such a commonplace. Decommit. It's not even a real fucking word. It's not in a dictionary. It's not on Google. It's not even a word. You teachers and coaches out there, to my point, coach it or allow it, has allowed a word that does not exist to be the most used word by our youth. Let that sink in. Decommit. Crazy. That's what these motherfuckers do all day long. They decommit from their job, their mamas, their parenting, their fucking commitment. their word, their loyalty. There's no such thing anymore. There's no more loyalty in this fucking thing. People's word used to be all we had. That's all we had. That's all we can go to heaven or hell. And now our word means absolutely diddly shit.
Man.
Our word means absolutely diddly shit. I'm just telling you straight up. I wouldn't trust a motherfucker's word if it was the last thing on this fucking planet. Our words mean nothing anymore. So
That's real.
It is what it is. What's Keith's fat ass had to say?
He says,
do you have a problem with coaches decommitting from their commitment to kids? That's not what they're doing, Keith. If they leave, they're leaving their job, not their kids. Let's be clear. They're getting paid. They're decommitting from a job to go to another job. So just so you know, chocolate chips ahoy, nipple ass motherfucker. You big titty motherfucker. Your nipples is on your fucking kneecaps right now, you fat wobble body motherfucker. So anyway.
That's my cousin, JB. Stop it.
Yeah, that's your cousin. That's your light-skinned cousin. That motherfucker looked like goddamn Andre the Giant around this motherfucker.
I got a lot of light-skinned people in my family. My mama light-skinned. Everybody on my mama's side, a lot of them light-skinned.
You could be white.
I think so. There's a rumor, RIP, my grandfather didn't know his father, but my grandfather's light-skinned. And nobody ever asked my great-grandma, RIP to her, like, who, that's disrespectful. You ain't really asked. So, like, there's rumors that maybe it was a white dude that
makes
was
sense.
my granddad's daddy.
You got some white in you, like some things you say, words you use. You got some white boy in you, like real white boy though. I'm talking about real white boy, like beat surfer white boy. Like you got that in you. That's what's crazy. That's what's crazy. Yeah, I think some of your ancestors like came out this way and was surfers and shit. Like back in the day, like in Hawaii or something. Like on the fucking. You know what I'm saying? I think you might have had some of that, dog. I don't know. You shaking your head like, nah, but shit. If
I got an ounce of white in me, it's one of them down south Atlanta white boys who in a trap. Like it's one of them.
You don't have that. You don't have that.
Yeah.
Because that's a wannabe. That's a wannabe.
Well, my people ain't from the West Coast though. People ain't surfing, doing all that shit.
You don't know. You don't know.
That.
Apparently, everybody's from Africa. They say.
Yeah, we started this shit.
So guess what's in Africa? Ocean. They might have been surfing over there, homie. South Africa's all white.
We was killing lions and shit.
South Africa's a lot of white boys. South Africa, dog. Shit, a lot of fucking white boys. Australia, motherfuckers move around. They move around. Great Britain came over there, took over. A bunch of white folks.
White people, y'all be taking shit, don't y'all? Boy,
we took fucking this land, the Indians.
Y'all will steal some shit, won't you?
We took the Indian shit.
But want to get mad at us for stealing some chips and some fucking juice from the gas station? Y'all be stealing real shit.
and you get 3 strikes and you're gone for life. Motherfucker got stole a pizza.
Y'all motherfucker stole a country.
Hey, shit, we stole many more countries than one.
Y'all stole people. Y'all stole countries. Y'all just be stealing. And y'all number one on the fucking board. White people, boy. Hey, I guess, hey.
And how you live? And we blame everybody else.
And y'all blame everybody. That's a cold fucking hustle.
Hey, D. Jones. Boy. Appreciate you, D. Jones, defending the white folks in the room. We discovered. I know he'd be a smart ass. We discovered it, Smitty. We didn't steal nothing. We found the motherfucker. Hey, we found it. We happened to find it that it was occupied by some Indians and shit.
Exactly. I was outside just walking around and shit. And just do. Oh, shit. I ain't never seen this spot before. Is this America? It's kind of like you walking around, you find $1 or something on the ground, $20 bill. Like, shit, ain't nobody around here. You put $20 in your pocket.
Yeah.
Discovered.
Can't wait to dive in with Alex Stein at 7:30 in about an hour. Michael Lombardi an hour after that. So let me get my mind right. Let's get back to the show. I got to figure this out. We got a hell of a lineup for you today. So hopefully,
do you got a contrary to belief or no?
I didn't even get my Smitty. I couldn't even do my video. I couldn't do anything. Like to just let everybody know we're on, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like, we're a little behind the 8 ball, but we'll get it cracking. I don't know if all right, so we're going to dive into all this stuff with Alex Smith about this protesting shit.
Yeah.
Yesterday I dove into it with the same tents being the same color, the exact same tents. Seems like it was all bought at Tractor Supply. I don't know. But all I know is, Smitty, that's ironic And then I'm looking at some of these motherfuckers' masks that they're wearing. Why they wear masks again? Like, if you're so badass, why you wear a mask?
People
Smitty,
still wearing masks.
You, dog. Look at this little white boy with the glasses on. Like, I wish that was me. I'm just saying, like, this is unbelievable. Like, why? Look at this little motherfucker trying to push. That little motherfucker right there is bigger than the little motherfucker.
Right. Buddy just trying to get into the library, bro.
Nah, there's going to be major problems, dog. I don't. Alex Stein's on his way down here. I don't know if you saw him yesterday in Sacramento.
That's all.
He goes all over. He's headed to UCLA. I think that's going to be crazy at UCLA. It's Alex yesterday in Sacramento. That motherfucker's a fool. He don't give a fuck. He walks into courthouses and shit. This motherfucker crazy. But I kind of want to roll with him to UCLA.
And do what though, JB?
Just see what happens.
Don't put yourself in certain positions to lose, JB. You're gonna go out there, they're gonna try you, and you're different.
How can I lose?
You gonna fucking swing on a kid on camera. And this don't just blow us, gonna fuck everything up.
I ain't gonna swing on nobody. I swear I won't swing on none of these cats. I'm gonna choke fuck them.
That might be worse.
I just want to choke fuck somebody. Like, I got a real honest opinion on this thing.
Say it. Just say it. We here now. Say it.
Like, I mean, look at this, dog. This is our country, Smitty. Now, we all have our ups and downs on what we believe in as far as this country goes. But right now, I would still want you to go find a better one. Like, even though how fucking shitty we are and fucked up it is, that probably tells you how good it's been for so long, to certain folks at least, how good it's been for so long. Now, all of a sudden, motherfuckers is like, we're in a third world country. You should go to a third world country. I've been to a few. And then come back and say, you know what? We're not so bad off after all. So my point is this, though. We've had the privileges of being everything's glitter and gold. Now all of a sudden we got a couple hiccups, a couple bumps in the road. Motherfuckers is doing some shit out here. But our fabric, in my opinion, our fabric is being affected. Our schools, Smitty, our college campuses, some of the most beautiful campuses in the world. UCLA is probably, if not the greatest college campus on planet Earth. Like, it's been voted. It's been voted as the best campus on planet Earth. Like, there is no more beautiful campus. And I've been on a lot of them. Indiana University is beautiful. I love Indiana University. Kentucky, gorgeous. I mean, there's all over. You can go to Cal, Berkeley. I mean, just go anywhere you want. There's beautiful campuses everywhere.
Yeah, Ball State.
And Compton College. I mean, you know what I'm saying? There's beautiful colleges. That's the worst campus in America, by the way. But I'm just saying, though, now it's being affected and motherfuckers losing their mind. So my point is, like, dog, this is us, Smitty. It's America. This is our college campuses where Merciless has kids sent to Columbia. And, we got kids. Somebody's going to have kids. Like, now we're sitting there like, yeah, but I'm like, damn, dog, this motherfucker is being taken over by someone else that is bitching and moaning about this country, but they came to this country from their own country because it was fucked up. Make it make sense, homie. So you came here because your place was fucked up.
Right.
And now you're here telling, you're out there shouting death to America, bruh, on our campus. See, where I'm from, and when I used to remember this country as being like that shit, that ass kicking country that we all knew. This shit would have never this wouldn't have flown for an hour, Smitty. This shit would have been fucking nipped in the butt an hour later. Now it seems like it's a setup. I feel, smell. Like, I walk in a room and I smell dirty pussy. You can smell it. You can smell dirty pussy. You can smell it. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you, dog. If I lined up 10 broads, I could smell the one that's dirty, or the ones that are dirty, and it smell up the room in a heartbeat. And I'm just telling you, I smell paid protesters. I smell, hey, dog, I'm going to give you guys all the same tint. I'm going to break you off some money. And now you guys go do this shit at these certain schools. Why aren't they doing it? Hey, listen, I hate that left and right shit, conservative and
liberal.
And all,
and
liberal. But it seems like it's all liberal schools. Why is that?
Is it?
Well, look at it. Look at the schools.
So USC,
Harvard,
Columbia. Is Columbia liberal?
Fuck yeah.
Okay, I didn't know. All right.
Harvard and Columbia, the Ivy League, bro.
Yeah.
Look at these schools. Why? Because those schools allowed it. Now Texas is in Austin again. No, Austin is becoming the new San Francisco, homie. If you don't know. Oh, what? Austin, Texas is becoming the fucking San Francisco of the South.
Really? I didn't know that. I ain't got the experience in Texas.
Austin, Texas is becoming a very, very liberal area, to say the least.
Interesting.
Fast-growing place. Austin is super, super liberal. So, having said that, I ain't seen it at I ain't seen that shit in no fucking real nuts and guts ass fucking colleges. And if you do see it in Florida, guess what happened at South Florida? Guess what happened at Florida?
What?
Fucking they got that ass tear gas and boom bazzled. Hey, DeSantis ain't fucking with it. DeSantis ain't not. And your boy over there in Texas ain't fucking with it either. Even though it's a liberal campus in Austin and Texas, they're not allowing the shit because the governor is now saying, "Oh, fuck this. I'm headed over to Austin and we're gonna put a nip this in the butt right now." So I don't know, dog. We're fucked up. Let's be honest. We don't do too much politics on here, but we do enough to just keep it real and give our opinions. Just like everybody in the chat has their own opinion. So, and then they get mad at us for having an opinion, which an oxymoron as fuck. You can have opinions. We can't. Got it. But you're in our show. Got it. So we'll just be quiet and say right here and don't say nothing. You just watch us sit here.
All right, let's do it.
Fuck. I swallowed wrong. That's what she said.
Pause. Motherfucker, good. You good?
No, we're not pausing. We come to an agreement that we're not pausing.
You right. I'm sorry. That's on me.
Did you see Tank Johnson's Instagram to you?
No, I didn't.
This motherfucker don't look at nothing. Darlene, shout out Darlene. Darlene's a homie.
Shout out Darlene.
All the women are here for me, Smitty. I don't know if you realize that. All the women in here, I know. Why don't you know? I don't get it. Have you brought one woman into the chat that you did not know previous to this show?
I don't think I have.
I'm sorry, I said it wrong. Have you brought one woman that you know into the show as a guest, as a new subscriber down to watch the show? Crazy, because it's crazy because you be having like twins who I disagree with heavily on your porch. You be having like all kind of porn star. You be having females on your porch. That's all you do.
All the women I know.
And now one of them came over here. You know what I'm saying?
They don't fuck with you.
I get it. But that's crazy that they supposed to fuck with you though. See, I got broads in the chat now who fuck with you. See, that's a real player. You don't get it. That's the thing. You don't get it.
I hear what you're saying.
Is that better lighting? Is that better right there?
I think it's worse.
It's worse lighting.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
You liked it before?
Yep.
Really?
It's my opinion. I could be wrong. Chat, what y'all think? Light on or light off?
That's just that's my fan light.
I'm not gatekeeping FA. I guess I got to do a stronger push. That's on me, man. I got to do a stronger push to all the porch people, all the porch ladies who come on that show to have them to tune in. A lot of them not sports fans. That's the thing, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna try to get them to just tune in and jump on and see what happens.
It ain't about sports though. We talk real shit. We're the realest show. What are you talking about?
We are the realest show, but we still 87% sports.
So you want to make an announcement or no?
Yeah, let's make an announcement right now. Perfect time.
Go ahead, you do it. Because I did all the work.
All right, y'all. So we've been grinding, y'all, for months, trying to get better, trying to do something for y'all. Not for us, because we don't want to do it. We don't even like doing this show. So everything we do is for y'all. And we've been blessed recently, y'all. And as it's official as of yesterday, JB pulled some strings, and the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty officially has a studio. We will be live here soon in person. Me and JB, clap it up. Shout out to Coach JB, man, because he got the work in. I'm not even gonna lie. He pulled some string. I can't get all the details. He had to rob a few books, but he got the money somehow. And we got a damn studio space.
Somehow I paid the motherfucker out of my pocket.
We can't get y'all the date yet because we got some things we got to move around. We got to get it decorated properly and get it set up and move some furniture around. But here probably soon, next couple weeks or whatever, you will see me and JB live and in person, brand new segments, in studio guests. It's gonna go crazy, y'all. I can't wait. I'm so excited, y'all. We're doing it for y'all. Bailey gonna fly out.
TJ said it'll be at Compton College. Jerry said the IRS. Yeah, we're gonna see. I took the drive yesterday to go. If anybody knows anything about when you make a certain amount of dollars, you don't get money back, Keith.
Yeah.
Keith, you still on EBT at your mama house. You probably get money back. And you
which
got
is smart, which is good.
I got the COVID release check and all that shit. I never got any of that. Contrary to belief, again, I've never been privileged with the white privilege. I've never benefited from that. So Smitty can say all that he wants. I'm just telling you.
We talked about this, Jay. I know what you're saying.
From it, let's be real. If I benefited from it,
you didn't know.
No. If I benefited from it, I'd be coaching.
We talked about this before. You've gotten blackballed because of your alliance to black people.
Again, have you heard of a guy named Art Briles?
Yeah.
Have you heard of a guy named Rick Pitino?
Yeah.
Have you heard of all these guys that have coached brothers their whole life and did some crazy shit to either fuck over brothers or benefit themselves and still got jobs?
I have.
Okay.
I think with
Not
those
me.
names.
Not me.
I think with those names though, and not it's not right at all. It is what it is. Like Rick Pitino was already looked at a certain light as like one of the
don't matter, homie. He
greats.
He ran a fucking host run. He had a fucking prostitution ring going on and
was
taking
crazy.
taking money. Art Briles, who I had players at Baylor, ran one of the biggest fucking scandals on a college campus ever of domestic violence and etc. With women, and got a job, homie, at the most influential level in the world. High school. He got a fucking high school job after that.
It's wild.
Come on, man.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm making that very clear. I just think for them, it's easier for them to blackball like a JUCO coach, versus a coach like a Rick Pitino. It's not right. I'm just saying. I think from the system standpoint, it's like fuck it. Like we'll just throw them away and we'll move on. And it's fucked up. It's not right. It's not fair. We talk about it all the time.
But let me ask you something. And this is going to be sensitive or insensitive to some people.
Just say it. I don't even care no more.
This motherfucker he wanted to get fired almost at his other spot. Like fuck it, force me. Hey,
force my hand.
Hey, back in the day, a year ago, Smitty was like, say nothing. Now the motherfucker, we got to put together a monologue. What is that called? A montage? What is that?
Montage, whatever.
We got to put that shit together, Bailey. Like how the motherfucker started a year ago to now. So let me ask you something. today, May 1st, 2024. I'll never argue this on a large scale, saying that whites and blacks are equal in America, etc. But I will say and ask you, as a black man and coming from a white boy who's we're talking about right now, having this privilege thing talked about, don't you think the tides have changed in certain genres or business models? I believe like mainstream media, and we could say the woke, ESPN and other places, Disney, have definitely catered to the minority, if we're going to say the minority, in their hiring practices. And I've got facts and data to back it up. It's true. Now, is it a I feel sorry for you type of shit? Or is it a backhand slap in the face? Like, what is it? And regardless, though, Smitty, the fact is, even if, let's say it is what I just said, still a fact. They're right now, and then you got this DEI shit. I'm still not a privy to it all the way, so I couldn't comment on it. I really don't know what it is, but at least I got some brothers in here that agree. So, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I think as of late, last few years, we're definitely benefiting from, call it the woke or call it just, these big institutions and companies wanting to look like they're doing the right thing. So they'll bring on a couple more brothers, a couple more sisters, just so it looks like, hey, we love black people too. I have a black friend. And that's kind of like the mindset, that you're seeing it. So yeah, there are more black people, I would say, specifically in the media space, but being real, most of those black people that you see in the media space are like former athletes and pro stars and people who already have a huge platform and following. So those black people don't have like the same exact life experience once they get to that level as an everyday black person, because now they're looked at as in a different light. Once you become a superstar, everybody like you, white, black, orange, blue, green, and so forth. I would like to see the numbers of like the behind the scenes folks at these companies, the people who are not on camera, the people who's doing a lot of the actual work to make the shit happen. I love to see the numbers of that. And again, even with though, I'm not even saying it in a way to like try to sway one way or another. I'm sure those numbers have increased over the last 10 years compared to the prior 10 years. But all in all, though, it's still majority white. Though I'm gonna be real. I go to Fox right now, and I was white. My production team is actually one of the most blackest production teams out of all of Fox, and shout say what y'all want about Whitlock, but when Whitlock was at Fox, it wasn't by accident that our production team had a lot of brothers and behind the scenes working on our show. And a lot of that team.
A lot of cats call Whitlock a sellout. A lot of cats call Whitlock a sell all this shit, but people don't really realize he's still black and for blacks.
And like I say, and Whitlock, no, I tell this to him. Like, he say some shit that I do not agree with, and there's been time we've talked behind the scenes or whatever, and I would say that, and that's okay for men to not agree on everything. That's totally fine. But when it comes to just actions, from what I saw with my eyes, he was putting on, looking out for a lot of black people and young black people when it comes to actual job opportunity. He might say some shit that we don't agree with, but his actions at the same time was helping. So it's kind of like a, double-edged sword, so to speak, or you want to call it that. But back to your original point, though, I do think we have benefited over the last few years because of just the brand image that these companies want to put out and make it seem like you see the NFL putting it, in the end zones, Black Lives Matter, and like doing all this stuff. They don't really care for real. It just makes them look good. It makes them look like they care. So when it comes to getting more brand dollars and deals and partnerships, it looks like they're all inclusive. They don't care if you black, white, you're male, female, him, her, them, they. Everybody's welcome. So it's a good look for these companies. So, that's where we at. But still though, bro, with all that being said, like, let's not get it twisted. Like, it still ain't no even playing field when it comes to white and black people. Now, our struggles today ain't nowhere near the struggles of our ancestors. I would never disrespect my great grandma and people before. Like, their life was way different. I'm never gonna disrespect them. And this, to me, this is the easiest that we have had it in American history. But it's still a road to go. We're still not starting at the same exact starting line as white folks, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but at some point, like, when are you gonna say all right, enough is enough. I got to make my own path, my way, this time of era. I can't worry. Listen, everybody has a fucked
That's what
up
we're
past.
doing.
I know. Everybody has a fucked up past. Everybody's been held down some way or another. Maybe not to the degree of slavery, but let's just say, no, I get it. But when are we gonna hold that like
Forever. I know what you mean. Like
ever grow? Like that's my whole thing. That's what I used to talk to all my young kids about. Are you gonna just never grow and use that as a crutch? Like that's the thing. You can't do it. That's why I say you got to advance and move on. I feel like
we're doing though. I feel like a lot of black people. You're seeing black people in so many different spaces now compared to what it was before. My only thing is you can still acknowledge the facts of why certain things are the way they are, and still not use that as a crutch for why you're not like. I know what the fuck happened, but my mindset is like, okay, what you gonna do about it? Like I'm a solution based person, so it's like, all right, that happened. Maybe you just started the same spot on the race on the track as everybody else. Okay, so what? It happened. It's fucked up, but there's nothing you can do. You can't change that. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do in your race of life to catch up and pass those people who had a better start than you? That's my mindset, but I still acknowledge what the fuck happened.
I gotta address Hector. Hector said, "You too, coach. We all know why Smitty was brought on." See, I disagree with that because, and then Hector said, "Smitty, you're my favorite diversity hire." And this is coming from a Puerto Rican gentleman who's a fan of the show, has been on the show for years. I don't agree with that because that's not me. I could give a fuck less. Like if you look at who I've had, so me and my boy Spree started the show. Right. I didn't hire or bring Spree on because he was a diversity hire. That's my boy, my best friend in the world. So like, see, this is the trigger words that we get caught up with.
Right.
In America now. We use trigger words. Now diversity hires is the thing to say. Now we have to say it's a diversity hire. No, it's not a diversity hire. Like this is not, I didn't go around like he white. Nope. And Puerto Rican. Here's a one brother. Let me call Smitty and see if I can fuck with him. I didn't give a fuck. I was like, man, I met this dude. I knew who he was. It had no fucking, I don't give a fuck what color he was.
To my knowledge, the conversation, even to my knowledge, you was talking to fucking Marcellus and I got brought up. It wasn't on some like.
That is how it happened. So it wasn't like, man.
I need a black dude bad, man. Who you got?
Yeah. I didn't really give a fuck. I'd hire a short, fast, skinny, tall. I really don't give a fuck.
Right.
But, it is what it is. I don't look at that shit like that. I'm never going to be the part of the fad. I'll never be part of the fad, homie. That's just not what I'm going to be on. So, Hector's been a day one trooper. So
he's probably joking or some shit. It's hard to tell when you read messages and shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's what he's saying. Yeah. No, but that's why I brought it up. Like, everyone knows me that I give a fuck about a diversity hire. The fuck? I never even heard of a diversity hire. But here's what I will tell you before we take a break so I can catch my fucking thoughts and get my whole shit together because I just had to run in here from no power. Let me ask you this, though.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I always tell you and everybody on social media and everyone calls me I'm crazy and all this shit. But I say when brothers sit there and talk about, women should coach, women are allowed, blah, blah, blah. Just so you all know, the woman is another way to replace the brother as a football coach in this world. Don't fucking get it twisted. So when I say that, you can call me an asshole and now I'm picking on women or now I'm just telling y'all, we've been talking about blacks being hired in professional sports for a while now, or the lack thereof, especially at the GM level and the ownership level. Once you include in this all-inclusive world and space I've been telling y'all about women, and then add a gay woman, oh my goodness. Good luck, Smitty, getting the fucking job, homie. Good luck getting the job over the gay or lesbian or trans woman. Good luck, because that's the next move. And again, another way to push brothers to the side. But nobody wants to say it. Nobody will say it on this show, or not on this show, in mainstream media. No one will ever admit to it or say it except for me. And I'm just telling y'all, I talk to brother coaches every day, and I've shown you text messages from Division I coaches that say we're being replaced by females, homie, and then gay ones. So when it comes down the pipe and it happens, I'm just telling y'all, you could look crazy and say, JB, I don't know. I'm telling you, there's a reason why they start to include all this shit. And there's a reason why we got people on our college campuses doing crazy shit. I'm just telling you, it's just one of those things.
I hear, real quick, I hear what you're saying. I just think with your argument, though, was almost like the more inclusive, the more jobs that we allow different people, different races, different sexes, whatever, enter into that job, bubble, the less opportunities that any one person would have, which is that's with anything, though. Like, for example, if I had a job, if I had a company that was only black people could get hired, for like 10 years, if you gotta be black to work here, and then finally after 10 years, like, you know what, we'll allow some white people come work. Now the argument would be, well, all those white people that you allowed to work there is taking away jobs from black people. Well, I guess if you look at it that way, I guess so. But it's like, at the end of the day, if a woman gets hired in the NFL, she ain't taking a job from a black person specifically. She's taking a job from whoever wanted to go for that job. But that's what I'm saying. She taking a job from a white person, a black person, a Mexican, like whoever was competing for that job. She's taking it from all them motherfuckers.
Mitty, we already said white people are already owners. We're the owners. What are you talking about? You can't take it from us. I'm talking about specifically
coaching level, though.
I'm talking about specifically black coaches. We already own the team, Smitty. The good old boys own the teams. What do you mean? We're not the ones being replaced. Y'all are.
From a coaching level, though, I'm saying.
Exactly my point. Y'all, not me.
I don't think I'm explaining it right. I'm saying, like, if we got 5 people interviewing for the Indianapolis coach job, it might be 2 white men, 2 black men, and a black woman or whatever. And let's say that black woman wins the job. She didn't just win the job over the black dude. She won the job over everybody who was trying to get that particular job. Is what I'm saying. Do the
math. It's a pyramid scheme, homie. Do the math. How many black coaches, men, are going to be left out when you do that times 32 every single year? Just do the math. And then talk about the GAs and the assistant black coaches who the white boy actually needs to control the fucking talent on the roster, which is 90% black. When that becomes gay female, how many assistants do you think we need to fit in that role to replace a black assistant coach? Man, come on, homie. It's a pyramid scheme. It's going to happen. It's happening right now. I got messages. I've sent you messages. This is a mockery. And let me be clear here before we take a commercial break. The most protected human on planet Earth right now, and I'm just going to keep it one funky 100%, is the gay, lesbian, or transgender black female. The most protected human on this earth right now is that person. It could be a made-up fucking human, too. That's the crazy shit about it. It is that person. Just go around and look around, dog, and any types of jobs or hierarchy right now, especially mainstream media where eyes can see. Guess what the most eyes can see? Most watched, ESPN, Disney, Warner Brothers. Look at the most watched outlets, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm just keeping it real. Let's take a break, Smitty. We can continue this argument because we got 30 minutes for for Alex Stein, and then we got Michael Lombardi. And then I like Wednesdays like this. We got 2 main big-time guests, and then it's Smitty and I the rest of the way, and I can keep cooking them. Yeah. We'll be back at 5. Hey, huh? Yo, look at this fucking slapdick. God damn it.
What up, bitch?
Look at this fucking hat, bitch.
What's going on, Pat?
What are you lying about today? What are you lying about today?
Everything.
Hey, it's good seeing you. It's good seeing you last week. Appreciate seeing you last week. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks for coming out.
Pat lost more weight.
Pat looks slim.
Pat lost more weight. I've gained fucking weight.
Pat look in shape like me.
You get it? There we go. Yeah, we see him perfect.
Ooh.
He striped it, coach. It's right at the pin.
Right at the pin.
And look at his shoes too, y'all. Zoom
Dang.
in on Pat's shoes right now. Golly.
Was that a fucking
home, coach?
Probably gotta call. We might have to smoke a ham.
Yeah. There's nothing better than that.
Yeah.
Nah, that's like, you know, I say there's two things undefeated, pussy and new pussy, but these guys don't think. This is the realest show on planet Earth. Everybody on the line. You get inside, morale, Trump. Hey, he said the court's unbelievable, huh?
Of course, unbelievable. I mean, it's at the pin right now.
Hey, thanks for the invite.
Never come.
He can't invite you to everything, JB. Golly.
No, I can't even go to the shit. He invites me all the time. I fucking can't go to it.
Never
Why
go.
can't you go?
Two fucking dinosaurs at home.
Well, then you gotta come watch the dog, Smitty, and I'll go.
Nah, go fucking send them dogs somewhere else.
Or you just come. He'll fucking say his ass will stay home.
Yeah, that's how we gonna start doing things, right? Yeah, there we go, Pat. Yeah, I like that.
Hey, you just started second hole?
Yeah, goddamn, it's gonna take a month to play.
Well, who's the pro, or who's the amateur guy? Is there any celebrities and shit?
No, CC's bad dude. He's playing ahead of me, and Wayne's playing with Dustin. I don't know who the
Wayne Gretzky?
Yeah, I don't know who else they got out here. I didn't see. The tee time's all day, so I don't have any idea.
Is Anthony Kim out there?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I saw him before.
He coming along better?
Yeah, he's doing good. I talked to him for a while. He, I mean, goddamn, the guy's been out of the game for 12 years. He shows up with this goddamn rental set or something. I'm like, bro, you gotta, the time, it ain't the same game and equipment than when you left. So he's starting to work. I told him the first 2 weeks, I said, bro, you gotta get your feet wet. You've been out of this thing forever. So I've been talking to him, giving him some advice and all that kind of shit. Just told him, hey man, people are behind you, and just take it slow and get your feet wet again and get going. And he's coming. He's trying hard. He's doing good. So everyone's pulling for him.
Nah, that's sweet.
He's doing good.
Glad to hear that. I know I know he looked up to you. He's been looking up to you for a while.
I'm basically the only guy that knows him. Because he left in 12. He left the Houston Open in 2012. I mean, shit, no one out here. I mean, there's kids that were 5 when he left. Didn't even know. I mean, he never seen. I told him, I said, bro, you never seen kids like what is now. I mean, you got hundreds of kids that are 19 to 24. They're just superstars. Back in the day, we saw the Cat and Phil and Furyk and Ernie and Retief and Couples and all these guys, but they were all right, all 38 to 40, right? So he never seen anybody like him. He was a superstar back in the day, but now these kids are so young, they hit it 40 yards by everybody. It's just a whole different player. And I said, look, and I just need to get wrapped up in that, but you're gonna have to get your game going because these kids are ready every day. Every day. They work their ass off, they play hard, they hit it a mile. They're just so competitive. They're not afraid of anything either. So, but he's getting it. It's good. He's getting it. It's good. I think he'll be fine. He's got, a couple years to play and then kind of see what happens, but he'll get there.
Pat, do you feel like the overall play is a lot better now than it was I guess even 10 plus years ago?
Yeah. I mean, even the kids, like Speed and JT and, you got, Brooks is still young and Patrick Reed and, there's so many young, good players now. It's unbelievable. Even out here, we get this Caleb Surratt, Chikara and, Wolf. And, I mean, kids just hit it a mile. We got so many young kids that are so good now. It's incredible. The game, but I don't know. It's just it's a whole different. Back in the day, the strategy of the game was to hit it and play and hit it on the green and try to make putts. Now these kids hit it a mile. They just hit it over all the shit. They hit as far as they can, hard as they can, and they just shorten the courses. And it's all speed. It's just different. I mean, technology has helped a little bit too, but the kids just are more athletic than they were back in the day. I mean, you're finding, back in the day, everyone was my size. They're 5'10", 5'8". Not very big. And now you got all these kids that are 6'3", 6'4", monsters that don't realize that they can make a ton of money not playing football or baseball. And, it's just a whole different generation of player.
Yeah, JB, incredible. I mean, our athletes are a lot better than your athletes, JB, is what he's saying.
Pat, no, again, he's talking golf, not fucking basketball and football. They're worse than ever. Hey, Yeah. All right. All right, I'm just reposting some on Twitter, letting them know the great Alex Stein will be on in about 20 minutes.
JB, while we got about 20 minutes left, we got to dive into this Deion or this Shadour Sanders topic. I think this is the best time to do it because once our guests start the roll, we ain't gonna have too much time to really dive into some of these other topics. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, let's dive in. Start it up.
Let's do it. So I don't know if y'all saw this, man, but former Buffs player Xavier Smith, who transferred, basically said that Deion never even tried to get to know him. He was destroying his confidence. Obviously, Shadour was going to defend his dad and his coach, and basically said that I don't even remember him, to be honest. Bro had to be very mid at best, taking a shot at Xavier Smith. And then his new head coach, who's JB's boy, Scotty Walton, said this: I coach Xavier at AP and now here at UTEP. He is the furthest thing from soft. He's a great kid / player and led us to a conference title. He answered the question honestly in an interview, and he was just telling his side. He was a freshman All-American and has an extremely bright future on and off the field. I am glad he is on my team. Check the tape. Lot of swinging going on right here. I guess my initial take from it is, at the end of the day, Xavier's, like you said, he's speaking his truth, whatever that means to him. Me as a former player, just my personality, I wouldn't have said that. I just would, even if it's true, I just kind of would have. I was more low key. Like if it was certain shit going on behind the scenes where coaches are saying certain shit that I didn't like or I thought was disrespectful, whatever, like I would try to talk to that coach while I'm still there. Obviously, he's not there no more, so it's a different situation. But I'm just speaking from my own experiences. Like I would try to talk to that coach and try to figure this shit out. And even in the event that I was to transfer, I just don't see myself publicly going on a platform, whether it's a podcast, interview, whatever, and saying that just because that's who I am. But if it's the truth and it's the truth, and that's what he's doing, he's speaking. I'm not surprised that Shadour, Shadour is going to defend his dad at the end of the day. Like we, right, wrong, indifferent, however you slice and dice it, a son's going to defend their dad 10 times out of 10. Him calling him mid is like whatever. Like it's like you said, like your boy said, watch the tape. The tape don't never lie. So Shadour can call him mid all he wants, but the guy was a freshman All-American and helped him win. Go to a conference title. The cat must not be that mid. So I take that with a grain of salt. That's just him taking a shot at a guy who's taking a shot at his dad. But JB, what's your overall thoughts on it? It seems like to your point of the whole kind of Ronald situation, it just seems like there's always something. There's always something, and any organization or program, when you're constantly hearing something all the time, it usually isn't a good sign, which I will admit that.
Yeah. Look, it goes back, dog, to a lot of things. It goes back to a lot of things I've been saying, and this is why I don't get it. Number one, I don't get. Here's the deal. As the head coach, this shit is not happening under my watch. A little less my son being the culprit of it all. A little less the culprit, who's my son, is also the fucking quarterback. Does no one understand, homie, what this is doing and saying for this program and for this kid in general and for his daddy, who's the head coach, who's a public figure and a celebrity and one of the greatest players of all time? Does anyone understand? No one else doesn't understand this but me? Is this the only thing? Like, I'm the only fucking guy that gets this? I'm the only guy that understands that at the quarterback position, this isn't in our job description. This just isn't in our job description, dog. We want to win games first. You went 4-8, homie. That's the fact. The fact is you're on a 4-8 team. Period.
Right.
That's who you are.
Yeah.
You're a 4-8 quarterback. Let's just keep it real. Some can argue and say you were at Jackson State and you lost in the bowl game. The only reason you did what you did is because it was Jackson State. You came to the big boys and you went 4-8. Now, you go 4-8, and yet your ego gets bigger. Instead of showing humility and saying, listen, I just got to win some games here first, because now I've been on record saying that I want to be the next Tom Brady.
Right.
Who has come out and said, stop doing all this. Focus on film and playing the position. Now, listen, every day is something new.
Right.
I let out Lil Wayne. I'm a rapper today. I got a new, cyber truck. It's something new. Like, homie, I don't care about any of that. I really don't. But at the end of the day, you as a quarterback calling out another kid who you are trying to attract to your program every single day on social media. Come fuck with us. Come be the next Buff. Come see. Look at the Twitter, dog. Look at the tweets he posts. He goes after kids every day, does he not?
Yeah, not just the way you said it was funny. Come fuck with us.
Like, doesn't he say it? Isn't him and Shiloh the two biggest athletes for the program? Come here, players. Offense, DM me. Defense, DM Shiloh. Come holler at us. Is this not ignorance at its finest, though, homie? Like, is it not the most asinine, basic, fucking hypocritical statements you could possibly make? Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, hold on, dog. Like, what are you talking about? You want players to come there. And eventually, don't you think those players are going to be attached to this so-called, what you say, mid player? How about the next cat you try to get is the homie of the mid player that you just called mid?
Right.
And tells you, nah, fuck you, homie. I ain't going there. You did my homie wrong. Listen, dog. I'm going to be honest. I showed you a tweet and a text message yesterday.
Yeah, DM, yeah.
And I'm not going to bring it up to who the kid is because I know the kid. I'm not going to bring it up. But there's kids being asked to leave the program that have 3.0 GPAs who are great kids. And listen, they're being asked to leave because they're not getting on the field. Whereas in program building, you need those guys.
Scout team.
You need them for a lot of reasons. You need them for a lot of reasons. You have to counter the shitbirds in the locker room with some sort of character that matters.
Right.
If you have nothing but shitbirds and low character kids, and I'm not even going to call any of these kids low character. I don't know them. It's all an act to me. Social media is a fucking act to me. But brass tacks is in that locker room to make a team flip from 4-8 to, let's just say, 8-4. You got to have some sort of vertical build instead of a lateral build. You have to build vertically somehow. And that is my point on, you do need to recruit a little bit of local kids. You do need to recruit some good character kids to offset the shitbirds. You're bringing in shitbird after shitbird, mercenary after mercenary. And this is why I don't believe a program's being built here. And we can say that about a lot of schools. Let's not get it twisted. We can say that about a lot of schools. But the point is, they're in the limelight every day, and they make it a point to do so. And the bottom line is, if schools are shitty, you usually don't see them making a point out of it. Like, they're like, we're shitty, we got to get better. You're not seeing them put the target on their chest. This is why we talk about this program and these people this much. It's not a fucking secret. If they didn't do anything, we wouldn't talk about them. Let's keep it real. You act like we're digging. Let's find the next Deion discussion. No, it's out there, homie. It's out there for us to grab. It's literally happening. He does spaces. This motherfucker's doing spaces to talk about mid players leaving their program. He's doing Twitter spaces as the quarterback leader of the program who says he's the number one pick in the draft next year. Hold on. You got GMs that won't put their name on certain topics that we've seen the Colts GM come out calling them out. and saying, why don't you put your name on it?
Chris Ballard, yeah.
We got guys blasting wide receivers and other position groups getting drafted. So you don't think that that's going to happen here? You don't think that this kid is already writing his own resume right now? Social media is your resume, homie. If I take a screenshot, it lasts forever. I have it forever. You can't delete it. You can't delete it, homie, because I already screenshotted your dumb ass. So, like, I just see a lot of talking for fucking a program that won 4 games. Like, and we get it. We get it. It's a new second year only. We keep saying that. It's only the second year. It seems like it's been year 8. As much shit is out there, it seems like it's fucking, we're entering year 8. As much shit as we see. Like, come on, homie, because you know why? It's a tie-in. Think about it. You haven't really, the only guy you're discussing is Deion Sanders, who a lot of you call prime. So we're only discussing him because he transitioned as a figurehead at Jackson State, taking over an HBCU, doing great things, getting a bunch of talent to follow him as a celebrity. And then it transitioned into Colorado, where they had 50,000 at their spring game last year. Dropped off half this year, FYI. More than half. It's only had 22,000 this year. And then it was a seamless transition, Smitty, is my point. You just saw Deion go from one job, kind of transition right into another one, and they branded him as Coach Prime University. And Prime University, that's all we hear is prime, prime, prime. It's prime on the back of the jacket. It's prime on the jersey. It's prime everything. And that's why you really don't see a transition like you usually see from a guy taking a job, leaving one school and going to another one. Usually there's a quiet moment where you don't hear from that coach because he's building a program. He's having to re-recruit. He's having to start over, restructure the culture. He's having to do that. That's why you don't hear a lot of guys. See, Kirby Smart left as a position coach at Alabama. He goes to Georgia. And you don't really hear a lot of things from him because he's building this place.
Right.
You don't hear that. You didn't hear a lot from your boy that's at Nebraska right now when he left Temple and went to Baylor.
Right.
Rule left Temple, goes to Baylor. You didn't really hear a lot from him while he was building the program. Now it's like, he didn't even leave Jackson State. He just transitioned to, like, he was still the coach. Like, it was crazy to me. People don't talk about that, though. You just saw the rappers and the actors and everybody on the sideline. It was a party. It was a fucking party every day. Nobody cared that they got shellacked by Oregon by 50. Nobody cared that they choked off that Stanford lead. We don't really talk about that. We talk about the money Colorado's brought in because of Prime, the branding that he's done. But behind the scenes, I've talked to people that have left the program, not only my players, but coaches, and I get a different take. I get a different light. I get a different source. So I'm just saying, I only talk about what I talk about because it's out there. And I do have more insight than most people on this particular place. And I'm just telling you, we got to just wait and see. That's all I'm going to say. But to call a kid mid in this particular climate where social media is your best ally blows my mind. It blows my mind. And for the daddy who's the head coach of the quarterback to not nip it in the butt by now and say, stop fucking tweeting, homie. You're the quarterback of this fucking program. Stop with the bullshit. Blows my mind. That's what a leader of men does. As a program, because I just can't imagine
unless you don't have a problem with it.
But here's the thing, though.
And Deion probably don't have a problem with it.
The only way you don't have a problem with it is if you don't plan on being there very long.
Well,
because if you're only there for your sons, then do whatever you want to do. We're out anyway. That's the only way. If it's not Smitty, there's no person rational enough in America to think that I'm going to be here 10 years at Colorado and blow this program up and build this thing up if I'm allowing my quarterback now to do what he does on social media and put a target on us like he does. And I'm going to get the next 5-star quarterback to come out of high school in 2 years to be my leader. and continue to do this way, there's no way. It's just not possible, homie. It's just really not possible. That what tells me, like Shaun King says, that's what tells me he's there for the short run and he don't care what his sons do. And it's about the brand. It's about getting their kids that money right now. Generational wealth, probably. I would think that they probably already set for life anyway.
Yeah.
So like, how important is the NFL? And again, people say, MT, who's a nobody in the chat, says we're nitpicking. We're not nitpicking. We're telling you the truth. We're telling you our opinion on what's being put out there.
And y'all know me. Y'all know I defend fucking Colorado, say Deion all the time. But like, with this particular thing, like I don't think Shadour needs to publicly put this out there. Now, again, it's always hairy because the dynamic is that this is not just my head coach. This is my dad. So if I see another kid, another peer putting out something that I believe is untrue, and kind of you might take it as disrespect or however way you take it as a son, you might want maybe you do want to say something to defend your father. Maybe you do, but that's not. But the angle that he took wasn't really even of defense of his father. It just was like, you're just dissing this player and just disrespecting this player because he got asked a question and he gave his opinion on why he left. So, but like I said, it's bigger than this. For me, my overall thing is that I still believe that they'll win 7 or 8 games this year. But at the same time, I'm not ignorant to the point of understanding that there's a lot of noise. And you don't want to have all that noise.
Coach M.A. in here from Twitter came over here. He said he's a coach. He said he's a coach. I don't know. He said, be real. Look what you did on Last Chance U. Everyone refers to Last Chance U as if you saw me for fucking 5,000 hours, homie. Why don't you go ask my players what they say? Like, how ignorant are you, Coach M.A.? Like, why don't you go talk to some players, homie? How about the 28 in the league right now? Why don't you go fucking talk to them? How about you ask Jermaine? How about you ask CJ? How about you ask Dang, who's coaching at Oregon State now after he played for the Falcons? Why don't you go ask these players that are in the league, Tank Dale right now, Tyrese Knight, who just got drafted, and Hatton, who just got drafted by the Chiefs? Why don't you go ask them what they say? But see, you won't. You're ignorant, and ignorance is life-threatening. Y'all won't go talk to the sources, but you'll believe a fucking Netflix documentary you saw 8 hours of or 16 hours of like an ignorant fuck you are. That's the crazy part.
Let me ask you this.
All my players that played, real quick, all my players that actually made it will say the real shit. They're not going to sugarcoat it. That
was gonna be my question for you.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm sure there's I'm sure there's some players who will probably don't fuck with you though. I'm sure because they didn't play or they left after freshman year, they got kicked out.
Those guys are fucking nobodies that got cut. Those are shitbirds.
Right, but all right, but back to the Colorado, I'm connecting What starters have you heard come out and talk shit about Deion? Everybody I've heard has been people who transferred or who's not playing or who's a backup. So I have not heard any starters out here saying, man, Deion ain't shit.
Your 5-star Kermani talked.
He ain't played.
He did play last year.
Barely.
I'm just saying, dog. When are we going to – we got to move on, Smitty. We're going to come back to it. But we got a famous special guest on today that was gracious enough to join the show. And I've been on his show. He does a hell of a job. He's out here on the West Coast. Maybe we can hook up, smoke a stick, sip some yak together. But welcome our main man in, Alex Stein. Welcome him into the show. What up?
Pimp on a blimp. Thank you, Coach. Big Smitty. Guys, I love the show. Thank you. And, hey, we got to talk about Deion, though. You're just talking about Deion. I love Deion Sanders, Dallas Cowboys fan. But, Smitty, what do you think about this? You go from a historical black college to literally the whitest college, Boulder, Colorado, on the planet. I mean, I think academically they might have the biggest white population. That seems kind of like a sellout, and I love Deion.
I had no problem with it, Alex. And a lot of people in the black community was thinking the same thing that you were thinking when he first left. I had zero problem with it. At the end of the day, it's the name of the game is growth, and let's just call it what it is. Jackson State is not a big time football program. I thought what he did there was huge for HBCU and to bring the attention there. But I don't think just because you coach at HBCU, your job is I got to stay here for 20 years now. No, he went there. He brought a lot of eyes there for 3 or 4 years. he left. He took a higher pay position, a bigger stage, bigger platform. And I don't know what Deion's bigger goal is. I don't know if he want to coach this NFL or what his bigger goal is, but you have to climb the ladder. And that's just we all would take a better opportunity. It is what it is. Now, if HBCU was really big, then that's different, but it's not.
No, you're right. But this is the thing with Deion. Once again, I'm a diehard Dallas Cowboys fan. Look at Deion's career. Started with the Atlanta Falcons. Then he went to their rival, the San Francisco 49ers. Then from there, he went to the San Francisco 49ers rival, the Dallas Cowboys. And then from there, he went from the Dallas Cowboys rival to the Washington Redskins. And then he went to the Cross City rival, the Baltimore Ravens. So I'm saying he always goes to the place, of his rival. It's just kind of weird. But listen, you're right. It's not his job to just stay at all the HBCUs. But I wouldn't be surprised Jerry Jones bringing Ezekiel Elliott back. He's so dumb now. I wouldn't be surprised if Jerry Jones hired Deion Sanders as the head coach. That's how Cowboys are. And I love the but they stink.
Hey, we have a regular on our show, Matt McChesney, who's a Colorado Buffalo alum, played in the NFL. He said the same thing. He thinks that he's going to hire Deion. I think it would be the craziest shit ever.
The Cowboys would go 6-11, or
he can't coach. He hasn't proven to be a coach yet. Like, I love Deion too as a player, but he hasn't proven to be a coach. And I think, Alex, as we're talking about Deion, like everybody out there that's common casual fan, they already anoint him as a coach when he really didn't even coach. He hasn't really coached. Like, let's be honest. Oh, if people come in, he coached youth football. He coached his son in Dallas. Shut the fuck up. No, he hasn't. He was coaching on NFL Network as an announcer. You know how hard it is to be a part-time coach? Like, come on, man. Hey, Alex, can you imagine going from Blaze today and then go coach the fucking USC Trojans?
I'd be screwed.
Come on, man.
I'd be up Shit's Creek without a paddle. No, I'd be toast. But no, with all what's going on, though, in the NFL, listen, a lot of conservatives, you guys, I'm considered a conservative, obviously, but this is what I'm mad about. I'm sick of all these conservatives trying to outlaw transgenders in women's sports. I'm here in Las Vegas right now. The more transgenders in women's sports, we can gamble on them and win money. So you guys need to shut the hell up. I want more money on Leah Thomas with his propeller in the freaking swimming pool than I want on any woman. And nobody even heard of women swimming till they let a man in the league. So listen, we need more transgenders. We can gamble on them. Don't outlaw them. Let them play. Like, imagine Joanna Man. Imagine, you just put on a wig and go dunk on Caitlin Clark. And that would be must-see TV. So let's not ruin that opportunity.
Hey, I gotta be honest. I called it out years ago. Leah Thomas, she has fucking dolphin feet. She got flippers. And I'm like, really? You think that's fair? Like, go ahead. Let her flipper and beat everybody by 6 feet every race. I'm like, wow. Well, you're right. Women got noticed in the swimming pool real quick when a dude was beating their ass. All right, where are you at? So you left Sacramento. You came to Sacramento, California, state capital.
Yes.
And what'd you do in Sacramento yesterday? Because we actually have a video of what you did yesterday. Bailey, pop it up.
Well, I was speaking for Turning Point USA at Sacramento State University, and they just started an encampment on Monday where the school's letting them. They reserve that spot, and now they put tents there. And listen, I agree that everybody should have the right to protest, but what's shocking to me is a lot of the people there were transgenders or gay people. And I just like to call out the hypocrisy that they would not even be welcomed in Palestine, yet they're protesting and putting their neck on the line for a country that wouldn't do the same. So just calling out the hypocrisy, but I'm anti-war. I do agree that we need to stop, blowing up both sides, giving Israel money to blow up, Palestine, and giving Palestine money to blow up Israel. So it's really just a big Ponzi scheme for the military-industrial complex. So I'm empathetic, but what I try to do is I go to these protests and I just try to engage with them, and they won't engage. They were hitting me with flags. They had a bullhorn in my ear. My ear is still ringing. So that makes you so mad. If you have a message and I got a camera and a microphone, let's talk it out. But these kids don't want to talk. They're live action role playing. They're LARPing as, culture warriors. But really, at the end of the day, they're just a bunch of confused kids on like 10 different antidepressants, probably.
Do you think that they're paid protesters?
100%. So look at this. If you look at George Soros, he funds all of these district attorneys in all these cities. That's why in California they have bail reform. There was a woman that got stabbed at a high-end furniture store in West Hollywood from a guy that had 17 prior convictions. So George Soros is funding all these DAs to win elections, to basically just let criminals roam the streets. So if you don't think that same system that funds all those DAs, that's what's funding this, because they want to create as much chaos as possible. But also, and this is a little bit on my fault because I was just reading about it too, and I know I'm not even trying to get too negative. There's going to be, and I hope this doesn't happen, there's going to be some sort of terrorist attack. Like there's some sort of 9/11 event at one of these things, but it might not even be a Palestinian protester. I think it might be, an FBI agent or something, because that's what they do. These protests like January 6th or whatever, sometimes there's a few bad apples that go and turn a peaceful protest not peaceful. So I think that's what's happening. I think there's agent provocateurs. I don't know how much funding, but there are some people getting funded, probably the people at the top that are making the groups, that are sending the Instagram posts, that are rallying the people to go to the events. But I'm just saying, something bad's going to happen. And it's probably not going to be some college kid just out there protesting. It's going to be somebody that's trying to make the protests look bad so that they have to shut down the country, or I don't know what the end game is, but I just know that, all those matching tents, this is not organic is what I'm trying.
Yeah, the matching tents killed me.
That's the weird,
We saw this for Black Lives Matter, Smitty. We saw the same shit. People masked up. Same type of kid, though. Same type of kid. Like Alex, and I know Smitty wants to say something. It's not like hey, Alex, it's not like these big 6'6" fuckers are walking around. It's a bunch of little fucks. Like, get the fuck out of here.
And they're all either Palestinian or they were actual. And I'm not anti-gay. I'm just saying they're all gay guys. I mean,
they're all little gay white kids.
Little gay, just. And there's a lot of transgender people there. I'm just.
I'm surprised they're actually keeping people, because I'm imagine myself, if I was still I went to Ball State in Indiana, so I'm imagine myself being a college student and like trying to get to class, and like these people are just sitting here, arms locked, keep me out of. I'm like, man, get the hell out the way. Like, there's no way to keep me out of me getting to this building. You know what I'm saying?
Look at this guy right here with the glasses on, Alex. Like, I believe he might even be placed there to be the guy that they're saying is Jewish or whatever. Like, come on, man.
I mean, but you nailed it, though. The Summer of Love, BLM, kind of the same people that, organized that is definitely organizing this. But really, actually, the BLM riots, I had fun. I burned down a couple of auto zones. I wish I could go back to that. That was fun, dude. Looting a Walmart. Dude,
I burned down a couple auto zones.
You mean I went and got an alternator, Smitty? I have a Toyota 4Runner. I got a $200 alternator for free. So that was great. I haven't got any alternators from any of these riots yet.
So let me ask you this, because I'm kind of ignorant to like just the overall what's going on. So explain to me I know they're not talking too much to you when you go on campus and you're trying to get more information, but from what you do know, what is the actual purpose of them protesting? Like what? Because from what I read, they want us to stop, or want the campuses to stop. Is it stop funding like the war? Like, what is their goal of doing this?
Well, they want to fire, which I'm kind of empathetic to. I don't really, like I said, I don't want people shooting each other. But there's really a real goal. And if you look at their shirts on my video, and I had some better footage. I'm going to post a video that wasn't live streamed, so the quality is a little better. They're all wearing communist shirts. So literally, they have some sort of communist agenda that's around all of this. So it's not. It's like subverting. They want to change the whole government, basically. That's like what they want. Those are the people that are organizing it. So it comes down to, it sounds like a joke. These people literally want communism. That's why they want to be able to live off the government. They don't have to work. And communism has never worked. So I mean, if I just had to guess, I don't know what their end goal is, because I don't know on college campuses and protesting for something 5,000 miles away. I don't know how that really is going to end for them. I don't know what the end game is, just sitting on a campus all day, but I think it's like these kids want to introduce communism here in America.
Interesting. Something's wild. So what's your plan? So you went to Sacramento yesterday. You're in Vegas, you said now?
I'm in Vegas, and I was supposed to spend the night in Sacramento, but then I caught the Frontier had like a 10 p.m. flight. So now I'm at the Excalibur, but I'm about to check into the Aria because I'm a pimp on a blimp. I just had to stay here. It was $14 a night. But this is what I'm doing. I'm going to
beat that.
The Las Vegas City Council meeting tonight at 4 p.m. and I'm going to go crazy. And I was actually kind of working on my bit. What I'm going to say is, and I'll give you guys what I'm going to say is, is they need to make gambling lines on the Israel and Palestine war, because I want to gamble on Israel because I think they're going to win. They need to put money lines on the war. I want to be the first person to be able to gamble on the war. I want odds. I want the bookmakers to be able to give me odds. And then I'm going to talk about the transgender stuff. And I'm going to go crazy. And then tomorrow night, we're doing a live stream from the El Cortez Hotel. We're going to get some people off the street and put, go to the roulette wheel, play some hands of blackjack, see if some people can win some money. So, yeah, I'm out here in Vegas just grinding.
Okay. Hey, what about so I've seen you all over in Dallas and all these different places, going into these places and talk to these people, and I love it. I actually love it. What are you doing? What do you think about what's happening at UCLA, one of the most beautiful campuses on the planet? If you went, I was like, I'm going to meet you down there. Like, this is unbelievable. I can't believe that I do believe, because it's California, has allowed this to happen this long. They're fucking up this beautiful campus right now. It's sick to my stomach. I'm sick to my stomach. John Wooden, Terry Donahue, we're fucking turning over in our grave right now. Where are you at with this UCLA thing? Because it seems like it's the worst right now. I think we got Columbia under control. Like, hear what I'm saying, Alex? I think we got Columbia on American soil under control. I think now is UCLA. What the fuck? So where are you at with this?
I don't know, but I do need to go to LA, because that one girl, I think she's McKenna, I forget, she had a great video going viral, or they wouldn't let her in there. And dude, UCLA is one of the hardest schools to get into in the country. Those kids work their ass off to get in there, and then trying to go to class, they got to deal with some guy with a flag. And notice how they're all wearing masks. That's what pisses me off the most, because these guys aren't worried about Corona. They're wearing masks because they're hiding their face. Like, if you're aimed at what you're protesting for, don't hide behind a mask. But no, I think UCLA, I think, I'm just guessing, I think it's going to continue to happen. The semester ends, it's May, so I think the semester ends in the next week or two, finals. So we'll see. That'll be the test. Like, are they still going to be on campus in 2 weeks? I doubt it. I feel like they're going to go home.
UCLA's on a quarter system. They're a little different. I think there goes into, I want to say they go into June, because they're on a quarter, and then they don't start back till after most people start back. So the Cal State, the UC system in Cali is on quarter. Cal, Berkeley, Stanford.
Well, I would, as you know this, being that spent all the time you did as a college coach. When they're out for semester, all the kids leave. I mean, there's some kids that stay on campus. So
it's empty.
Once it's summertime, I think most of them will go. There'll probably still be some stragglers, behind, but I think the majority of it will be over when the semester ends, if I'm just guessing.
Yeah, for sure.
And the crazy part is they tried it at SC, and SC's got a bunch of like rogue cops. They South Central LA went in there and was like, no. This ends quick. I'm waiting on UCLA. By the way, not only does it cost, it costs a pretty penny too, and it's very hard to get into this place. And then for you, I guess this Jewish fellow, this Israel kid, who I've reached out to, I'm trying to get him on the show. This kid has made viral lately because he's conducting the biggest Israel counter protest ever, I guess, on UCLA's campus. And I'm just like, man, this shit is crazy. I was ready to go with you though, and like maybe even call Whitlock and get him up there. I saw you on his show, or him on your show the other day. And you guys are both with Blaze, right?
Yeah. And Whitlock's the man, dude. He was talking about how Kim Mulkey's sexy, he likes her chest. I had never seen Whitlock go off like that. I was like, Whit, have you?
Yeah. You're lying, Al. He did not say that.
Mulkey, he likes her because she's stacked. He said that. He said he gets a lot of. But he was being right. He's talking about how a lot of these women, they all want to be manly. The WNBA, they all want to be like a guy. And now he's happy that these players are trying to be feminine now. Who's that other real tall girl that's pretty? The third pick in the WNBA draft.
Cardoso?
Yeah, the girl that was
from LSU?
Not from LSU. That's Haley Van Lith or whatever. But I'm talking about
from Stanford.
Yeah,
Cameron Brink.
That's Cameron Brink. He was just talking about how she looks good, how these girls, even in Angel Reese, she's a full lady. She's sexy. You know what I mean? She's the, Bayou Barbie. So he was just talking about how at least they're trying to be feminine. And I like Kim Mulkey. She got in trouble for, I didn't even read that article, but she got mad because they made some lesbian jokes. But like, if you can't make a lesbian joke for a women's basketball team or a women's softball team, well, come on, guys. Come on, man.
Yeah, where are we? Are we in a communist country or what?
But they won.
I mean, what the hell are we talking about here? Like Brittany Griner. Brittany Griner.
If we can't do this, then what the fuck can we do?
Well, JB, did you see where I called out Brittany Griner? I was the first person to interview her, and I asked her, was that a fair trade? But think about that. Joe Biden traded her, and I don't think she deserved to be in a Russian jail for a little bit of weed. I mean, come on. But at the end of the day, we shouldn't have given away the merch. Death. Like, she gets 12 rebounds a game. This guy kills 12 people a day. I mean, it's not an equal trade. And then now Brittany Griner's finally talking. She's like, she's just such a victim, and I'm empathetic to that. Being lost.
Hey, it's something right out of the Zohan movie.
Mm-hmm. Like
Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
We lost the trade. It was not even a good trade. Like, we lost that trade. Definitely lost that trade. Similar to the Jeter trade to the Marlins. Listen, women's basketball, let's be honest. It doesn't scream femininity, okay? Let's just be honest. I mean, there's a lot of Adam's apples floating around out there. Let's just keep it real. All right, Alex, what's your next tour? What are you going Vegas for how long? 2 days?
Yeah, just a couple days. And guys,
back home?
I don't know if they're doing anything on UNLV, but I'm going to be going to Manhattan next Wednesday. So I'll be at Columbia University covering those protests. So we'll see how that is. Wish me luck. Because
it's gone. Maybe it's done. I heard they tear gassed them. I heard in 2 hours last night they cleared campus.
Yeah, I know. I heard they're clear, but dude, in New York, I'm telling you, JB, they have so many protests. They got to protest every day. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're back on campus, back causing problems. So there's in New York City, that's where I go, and that's where the most stuff happens. So
so here's the thing though, like California's bad. Like, we got some shit going on. This place is bad right now, and I'm a California true through and through. I love this state. It used to be great until Biden and P. Diddy started seeding the clouds, and now our weather's shitty here too. But let me ask you, just explain how New York makes California look like Nashville.
Well, this is why New York is so sick. And I get mad at my own Governor Abbott here in Texas, is that he's busing all these illegals. And when I go to New York City, if I want to stay at the Hampton Inn in Manhattan, it's like $320. Yet all these illegal immigrants from Venezuela get a free hotel room at the Roosevelt Hotel. They can stay there from 2 months to 6 months. And then on top of that, even the mayor, Eric Adams, he started giving them Visa prepaid gift cards. And of course, people raised hell. They said, why are they getting gift cards? And this is what Eric Adams said. He said, well, the food we've been giving them, they don't like. So there's been so much food spoilage and food waste that it's better for the economy for us to give them this card and them use them in the city. And then it helps the small businesses out. So imagine that. Guys, you're struggling. Nobody can afford to buy a house.
I'm struggling right now.
That's what I'm saying. And people can't even basically fill up their gas tank. It's the worst it's ever been. And they're going, a Venezuelan or a Haitian cannibal gets a free hotel room in Manhattan, the most expensive city in the world. And a lot of that's because of Governor Abbott, sending them up there. I don't want to send any illegal immigrants anywhere. They need to send them back, because when they commit a crime, and I'm not anti-immigration. If you're freaking come here legally, that's great. But if you commit a crime, you're not subject to the same sort of criminal justice system that you and I are subject to as American citizens. They get to just be in ICE, Immigration Customs Enforcement, and get sent back. And then they get to do the whole gimmick again, where they come across the border, potentially hurt somebody. Like Lake and Riley, killed by an illegal immigrant that had been arrested, over 10 times.
10 times.
Come on. Like, let's not let in these criminals that are just killing people.
It's repeat offenders too. It's repeat offenders, and they know it. I think our government knows it. Let me ask you this before you get out of here. I appreciate you coming on. I got to ask you. I brought up a point and it was just my own point. I haven't heard this anywhere yet, but why haven't we seen any campaign ads, commercials, or a push that Trump's coming to San Diego, Biden's going to Nashville? I haven't seen any campaign pushes, and we're 5.5 months away from an election. Is there some telltale sign on what's going on here? Is the election already made, set? Are the puppet masters running the puppets in this show? What's going on here?
Well, you said that good thing about the cloud seeding, so I know you're awake to what's really going on. But let me give you a little stat. I know you guys are sports guys. You guys like stats. Donald Trump won all 50 states when it came to in-person voting, even California when it came to in-person day of the election voting. Joe Biden won all 50 states when it came to mail-in ballots. So if you don't think that they can put their thumb on the scale and rig it however they want, they've been rigging elections in Italy, in Venezuela, all over South America. So I think that Joe Biden doesn't even have to campaign. I hate to say this. I think he's probably going to win again. I mean, listen, Donald Trump's not perfect. Donald Trump's not perfect. I love Donald Trump, but the fact that he's getting railroaded for paying off Stormy Daniels, all these politicians pay off whores that they slept with. That's nothing new. That's not a crime in my book. So
how about Clinton? Clinton got head in the Oval Office, and goddamn, we anointed him. We said he was great.
That was player though. That was different.
Oh, that was player.
Okay. And then I got to say this. So I'm friends with a guy named Bubba the Love Sponge. He used to be on Sirius with Howard Stern. And he used to have a huge show. And he actually had Stormy Daniels on. And she didn't publicly say it, but she said that she slept with 3 celebrities. It was like Dave Navarro, one of the guys from Guns N' Roses, not Axl Rose, but I forget one of the guys from there, and then Donald Trump. And she said Donald Trump was the best lay of her life on the thing. Yeah, so Donald Trump's laying the wood. Donald Trump's a badass. I mean, he swings the golf. I mean, he's a real man.
Balls.
Hey.
At him, at least he's not doing it with a kid like Hillary Clinton and Jeffrey Epstein. At least it's with an adult woman. So I think they're going to rig it, though. I hate to be so negative. I think like they're just going to scam the system again because everybody knows Joe Biden's not calling the shots. The guy, he's probably wearing a diaper, walking around. He can't even read a teleprompter anymore. At this point, it's elder abuse. And then Kamala Harris, she got her job giving BJs to Willie Brown, and she's the vice president. So, I mean, we're just – that's true, Smitty. Look it up. I'm just saying, what's going on? These politicians are all just either they're just all demented people. And not that I'm perfect. JB, you're not perfect. But
I ain't perfect.
I know. Hey, just saying.
Alex,
they're
all the time. Politicians and priests, most crooked motherfuckers in the planet Earth. I understand. That's what they are.
This is what I say. Idolizing a politician or celebrity is like thinking the stripper actually likes you. They don't like you. They don't care about you. They don't.
I don't know. Hey, they do a good job of tricking you, though. I will say that. Like
politician. That's what they do.
They sit on your lap and they tell you smell good. You got the smile, so they do a good job.
That's what they do. Yeah. Hey, Alex, as you say that though, so let's say it's rigged. You say rigged. So you're saying Biden will still be president for 4 more years. If that was the case, let's just say he gets reelected. I think something's going to intervene. I don't know what. It might be crazy. But let's say he does. Let's say Trump's out of it. Because my good friend Pat Perez and Trump are real tight because the Live Golf Tournament obviously is played on most Trump courses because the PGA won't allow it. So it's crazy. Right now they're in like Bangkok. They're everywhere. Singapore. They just left Australia. And then they are at Trump's Doral Open last week. So let me ask you, if that were to happen, do you see that? What's the possibility or plausibility that there is a civil war? Because there's no way the majority is going to say, all right, Biden, let's try to get this right this year. And we're behind you. There's no way like this country's going to go fucking bananas.
Well, sadly, that's what they want. That's what they want, white people fighting with black people so that we're fighting each other and not actually going after the politicians. So that is sort of an end game. It's some sort of civil war. But I talked to my buddy, Tim Pool. He's a smart guy. He's a big podcast. And I just talked to him because he always talks about civil war. And I'm like, how would a civil war even work? And he said that he just thinks that it's not necessarily people. Some people would shoot each other in the street, but all of a sudden, Eric Weddle, dude. And Eric played, you know who I played with? My high school quarterback was Matt Stafford.
That's right.
High school and Clayton Kershaw. So Eric was teammates with Matt. And Eric won a Super Bowl. Wasn't he on the Super Bowl team? Yeah, I just forgot. But Eric is a stud. I mean, he's one of the best.
He's on our show during the football season every week.
Shout out to Weddle.
Eric's the man.
Hey, so what you were saying? Oh yeah, he'd hit you. He'd hit you. He's the best white safety of all time. Let me ask you. So you were saying that Tim Pool was saying what?
Oh, he's saying that how it'll work is like states will stop doing commerce. They'll close the roads. So I wouldn't be able to drive to if Oklahoma wasn't on our side, I wouldn't be able to go to Oklahoma. Like that's how it will be. It'll be like state to state commerce, and that'll mess up everything. That'll mess up the economy. So I mean, that's like we're going to break off into different states. I don't think that's going to happen. I just personally don't think that will. Tim is the guy that thinks it will. He thinks that people will be shooting, then they'll have like almost militias, and Texas will be fighting New Mexico. I mean, I hope not, but that's the end goal for these people that are in charge, these puppet, masters. They definitely want us fighting each other so that we don't ever actually try to solve any of our problems. Because, dude, I mean, I'm conservative, but I hate it. Our healthcare system is so expensive. People can't even afford to go to the hospital here in America, but they can afford to buy bombs for every other country under the sun. Then we got a border. It's being flooded with so many people, but they care more about funding the border wall between Russia and Ukraine. So this is what they want. If they cared about America, they would actually help out American citizens. And that's what sucks. Is like there's no middle class anymore. It's either family.
Yeah, my brother's an Air Force fighter pilot. He's been in Desert Storm back in 91. He's in 9/11. He's been in Turkey and a couple things we had there. He tells me a lot of things. He's now retired in the Air Force. He's still in the Air Force in the pharmaceutical side. So I've heard crazy COVID stories. Plus, my mom's a doctor. I've heard this wild. By the way, you don't get a virus that you lose your smell and taste if it was not man-made. By the way, just throwing that out there. But anyway, let me ask you this before you leave. The biggest scam in life. I have a take. It's paying taxes on money you make, taxes on money you spend, and then taxes on things you own that you already pay taxes on with already tax money. So is that not the biggest scam in American history? Because I'm ready to go on Alex Stein's show and primetime with Stein and say, let's stop paying taxes, America. Let's do it. Because I'm ready to do it. Because you know what I owe, Alex? I owe $181,000. I owe $181 grand. I owe $181 grand from the last 2 years. So I want to go across the border, come back, so I can get the Visa debit card to help me pay it off.
They gonna lock your ass up, JB. Pay that soon, though.
Hell, dude, you need to run. You might need to go to Venezuela and get Venezuela citizenship. There's some Venezuela football teams down there. You can go coach. We could last chance you it up down there.
Last chance you Venezuela. Hey, that could be. Yeah,
Netflix will get you that. They ought to sign that. Oh, and you had Malik Henry, right? That was your player, coach. Whatever happened to Malik? Did he ever?
I got him a contract. I got him a contract. I got him a contract in the CFL for the Edmonton team.
That was such a good show. Your season was the best. Whatever happened to that other coach? Didn't that other coach get in some trouble, though, JB?
The one from the other school?
Yeah, the other school. Didn't that guy get in some trouble?
I think he got in a fight with a referee or something.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah,
I don't know. But I'm ready to stop paying taxes, Alex. Like, what are we doing?
We shouldn't pay taxes because that is the biggest scam. Because what do they go for? What do we get with those taxes? I get jack shit. And then
nothing.
Tax we got to pay on my car, the registration every year. I just paid my quarterly taxes, and I'm not a wealthy man, but I make a little bit of money. I mean, I'm paying so much.
I'm broke, Alex. I don't want to pay for none of this shit.
Yeah. Alex, what about property tax? My property tax went up $6 grand on my house.
I paid $24,000. So I have two houses. I have a duplex, and there are two houses. It was $12,000 for each. The last year, I'm sick about.
Are you in Texas?
I'm in Dallas. Yeah, Dallas, Texas.
See, that's why. See, that they get you with, hey, there's no state tax. See, I was going to move down there. I was going to move to Houston. I like Houston, actually. Some people don't. I do. That's kind of similar to LA to me, just except you guys have, like, hurricanes and flooding. So here's the only difference in the humidity and big, huge, like, fucking mosquitoes. But, like, other than that, I love the food, the women.
Well, you know what? You said food. No, Coach, I got to cut you off because that's what Texas is. Texas is for fat people. There's a CVS, there's a Walmart, there's a McDonald's on every corner. Like, you know, in New York, there's what they call, like, food deserts. In LA, sometimes it's a pain to get to the In-N-Out. Not in Houston, not in Dallas. You can literally throw a tennis ball and you're going to hit a Mexican restaurant or a McDonald's. I mean, it's just built for fat people. It's all easy. There's not too much traffic. That's what it is. It's an easy.
JB, it sounds perfect for you. You used to move out there.
Hey, but here's the thing where they get you. See, Alex is telling on the great state of Texas right now. Like, they'll say, no state tax, come here. The property tax is fucking double California's property tax, though, and they get you back. Same with Florida. Like, Florida, same way. Oh, come on over. Well, the property tax is out of this fucking world. So I don't know if I want to deal with that yet. It's kind of, they're going to get their money back some way, Alex. So are you in Nashville at Blaze, or are you?
Blaze is actually, their main headquarters is in Dallas, in Las Colinas, where the Cowboys used to be, their headquarters were. And it's really nice. Glenn Beck got the old Paramount Studios. But Whitlock's in Nashville. And a few, you know, not at the, but that's where our headquarters are, is in Dallas. So I
was totally, and we'll let you get out of here. I know you got a lot going on. Whitlock was like, Christian, don't cuss. He's like, JB, don't you fucking cuss on this show, by the way. That's how he said it, too. Don't you fucking cuss on this show. I'm like, really? An oxymoron. Okay. So But then I see your show, and I'm like, hold up. He's on Blaze? Why hasn't fucking Blaze hired me and Smitty yet?
Well, they need to. But seriously, Whitlock, now he's a Christian man. So that's what a lot of his faith. He doesn't want to, even though he'll say a cuss word. So it's the Blaze will let you say whatever you want. They encourage as much free speech. So I'm very lucky that I
got to get with Blaze. Smitty and I got to get with Blaze. I got to get with Blaze. We got to get with the owner or something. I don't know who it is.
I got to get you paid. I mean, dude, you had the biggest Netflix documentary other than Tiger King. I mean, dude, you should be paid.
Exactly.
You should be filthy rich right now, JB, if I'm being honest with you.
And guess what, Alex? They've made over $3 billion. This is fact. I know from Netflix data. Made over $3 billion on my name, and I got zero money, and I got blackballed, and I can't get a job.
JB, let me real with you, JB. They kind of punch you a little bit, JB. If we was in the streets right now, it would be handled a different way, JB. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, but wait, Coach, nobody wants to hire you. I thought that might help you because you are a known coach. That didn't help you at all.
No, they blackballed me. They said, "Oh, this guy's crazy" or something. I don't know. Even though all the kids say that's the realest, best coach we've ever had. But guess what? I guess 20 years, Alex, I can coach, win all these rings, do all this stuff. But then Netflix comes out and and all of a sudden I just can't coach no more, I guess. I'm a horrible coach. I don't make it.
Not even coach. I mean, I don't know if you want to coach a high school team, but you can't even coach a high schools. Nobody.
And I couldn't coach high school.
Probably doesn't want to though. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know. I'm just saying, dude, that documentary though was must-see TV. That makes me sick that Netflix would do, but they always do people dirty like that. I don't know.
Yeah, you know what? We've reached out. I've had a lot of lawyers hit me up like, "Hey, man, let's go after them. Let's sue them. Let's do this." They're ironclad with their media. You know about media releases. You know about all these things, and they cover their asses, man.
They own you.
So, hey, Alex, I appreciate you coming on, man. We got to do it again. I got to come back on your show.
Yes.
Who's the brother you got the co-host that comes on with you that fucks with you that's on your show?
Well, I make fun of Jimmy, my producer. He went to Princeton, so he's a gay Ivy League guy. He's not actually gay, but
you had a brother. You had a black dude that used to come on your show that was a co-host of yours.
Oh, Darius. Yeah, I had Darius on. I mean, but he was kind of just, like one of the guest stars on the show. Yeah, I have I grew up listening to Howard Stern. I loved Howard Stern. Now he sucks. Didn't even ask.
What happened to Howard Stern?
Dude, he sucks. He didn't ask Joe Biden one hard question. Didn't bring up Hunter Biden. He did the same softball shit with Hillary Clinton a few years ago. So, I mean, Howard Stern sucks, but Howard Stern had the whack pack when he was good. So I try to create a little bit of a whack pack around me. So those are the people that are on my show.
Hey, your show's great. Keep doing what you're doing for the people, by the people. And I'll talk to you later, man. Be good and safe in Vegas. And by the way, the Aria, my buddy Pat Perez, an MGM sponsored guy, golfer in Jordan. He's a Jordan golfer. So, we get carte blanche at the Aria. I got to hit you up. And if you need,
we got to hook up. I'm serious.
I know. I'm actually going to text you. I got some hookups for you at the Aria.
Okay, please. I'm about to go check in literally right now.
High Roller Suite. That's the only place you should go all night tonight. High Roller Suite in the Aria. I tell you, the owner, the bartender, everything. Cigars, the best, everything.
You ain't got like that, JB. Don't lie.
Help a brother out. I need to freaking, I got my girl. I flew in from Sacramento. She's flying in from Dallas. So I'm about to go get her from the airport. So,
ooh, this would be a great look for you, Alex. If you pull up, get your girl, you in the best fucking suite at the Aria. You got the rose petals, the drinks already. Yeah, it's a good. Set it up,
Alex,
JB.
I get you out of the fucking Luxor or wherever the fuck
I'm at the Excalibur right now, but I'm just because I paid $14, but I'll text you from the Aria. I'm gonna go get it there right now.
All right.
I didn't have my lady with me, so I just need a place where I can, Yeah,
you can't have her in the fucking where you're at.
Oh my
Motel
God.
6.
All right, Alex, I appreciate you. We'll talk to you later.
Nice meeting you.
Good to talk to you, Smitty. Bye, guys.
Clap it up for our main man. Prime time with Alex Stein. Clap it up.
Alex Stein. A lot of energy.
Hey, a lot of energy. You can tell he's just a genuine, free-for-all, fuck around comedian. He started as a comedian, and he's just a riot. And, hey, he is what it is, man. He does his thing. What did I say? Somebody said I called it. Let's see.
Call what?
Somebody texted me and said, you called it, JB. Let's see what they're saying. Somebody just posted, have you noticed the same green tents and printed signs at these Hamas encampments? We figured out why. These occupations are being coordinated by the U.S. Campaign for Palestinian Rights, USCPR. funded by George Soros. Alex just said, paying agitators $2,400 plus. It's _ Gabby Gabs exposes the money trail.
Might have to dive into that.
Hold on, let me send this to Bailey.
Might have to dive into that.
Bailey, I'm gonna send you this link and see if I texted it to you, Bailey. If you could put it in there, see what we're talking about. Hey, Alex just said George Soros.
He did.
I don't know nothing about Soros like that. I don't really know.
This dude, 93 years old.
I don't know. He needs to go. He needs to die.
Hey, Google George Soros. Look at his face. Respectfully.
Hey, so let's talk about Deion Sanders, apparently, because I'm getting blown up by that, too. What did he do?
He did something else?
I guess Deion just did something.
There's a lot going on right now. We just got done doing a big-time interview, so, like, any updates that has happened in the world, we are not we don't know about them. So, like, I'm trying to see. Folks don't hate you because they really don't. Folks don't hate you because they really don't know you. They admire you in a negative way. They realize they can't be you, think like you, talk like you, or walk in your shoes. That bothers them. Always smile when you see them because that makes them admire you so much more in that negative way.
Where are you looking? What are you doing?
I'm just looking. I just typed in D. I'm looking at his last tweet. I'm just trying to see if anything happened. Like, but that's just a regular tweet, I think. It's just right here. Man, go take a seat. Lord Jesus.
What is this? Who's this?
Oh, is he? Who's the player though?
Is that the kid that he called mid?
Is that him?
Bailey, is that the kid that they called mid?
Or is it another player?
Bailey, if you know the truth of the story, Bailey, hop in the show and let us know. That would be easiest. If you know
it'd be
the
easy
whole
to hop in and talk to us.
Okay, so from what I understand, I don't know. This ain't the kid that we were talking about earlier, the Xavier Smith kid. This is another kid, I believe, but it was a DB that transferred out of there. But there's a video that went out. Here, I'll take a look. But there's a video that went out where they're, this Dalvin Truth cat, and he's, one of these Colorado Buffalo sort of, social media type influencers. There's a video went out from this kid, Caleb Mathis, who I guess is this kid who's a DB. And so he posted a video talking about, he just said he was, and it's been, I don't know if it's been deleted, but it's got 5.9 million views. And it's just a video talking about, because Jaheim Ward, who is a DB, I think he plays a response to, bro, you have 38 yards last year. Stop trying to downplay somebody. And they posted his stats and, saying, man, go take a seat. And then Deion responded to that saying, Lord Jesus. So basically this kid started talking, and, the whole fan base is coming back at him, including Deion now.
Exactly, Alan. That's my point. That's what I don't get. See, thanks for that, Bailey. Alan, who's in this space, who's kind of just, he's a little younger than you, Smitty, and he's in this space. He just got done playing. He's coaching. This is the part that I don't get. But Prime's telling dudes to leave his program. So I'm trying to figure out, you're saying that the kids are soft and they don't want to be coached hard and all this in one side, and then the next side you're pushing dudes to the portal. So I'm just trying to figure it out. Listen, I get it. Not all. I just defended them yesterday in Prime and said that these kids are soft. I just said it yesterday. I said there's no issue. I do believe that these kids are soft in a lot of manners, and I defended Deion yesterday. But in the same time, you can't push them all out and then say they're soft. Like, I got proof in my phone right now that they're not all soft. Like,
but when did he call somebody soft though? Specifically,
well, he said it a lot. He's on shows saying it. What do you mean? You haven't heard Deion say that these kids are soft now?
No, I've heard one video like a while back. I'm saying it. I just didn't know if there was something new of him calling out one of these players who were talking shit about him. If he caught them, so I thought maybe you saw something new that I didn't see.
No,
I don't know, man.
He said that these kids don't want to compete.
Yep.
He said that they don't want to they can't take hard coaching. And he said it on multiple people's shows, from McAfee to Matt Barnes. And
all the smoke, yeah.
All the smoke. He said it consistently. He's staying consistent with that. And at the same time, listen, man. He's saying that you don't want to be coach hard, but then you tell kids to hit the portal. Sometimes I agree with Alan. It's not always the kid. It's not always the coach. It is what it is. Trust me, I know that. But what I'm saying is, like, why are we discussing it publicly so much?
Right.
I'm just trying to figure out, this is the head coach and this is Deion Sanders. Like, why are you engaging with kids? And by the way, if you pull that back up, Bailey, that's the kid that I blocked, Dalvin Truth kid that defends all the Colorado shit. He's the guy that does all their social media or something at Colorado, because he posted something and then I went to his thing and I remembered that was the kid that came at me about.
Oh, that's the same cat.
Yeah, that's the same kid. I had to block his ass. So that's the kid. So it makes sense now. Look at this. So now it makes sense.
I thought he was defending Deion though.
He is. No, see, Dalvin Truth. Go back, Bailey. Dalvin Truth is the kid that posted, "Man, go take a seat" to that kid.
Oh, got you.
And Deion is now. So like this is a shit show, homie. What are we talking about? Like, I don't get why Deion's stooping to this level. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't get it. You imagine Nick Saban doing this? Now listen, you can say all you want. No, this ain't Saban. This is more of I don't care, dog. At the end of the day, cats are trying to be like Nick Saban. If you really want to do this the right way, or are we just saying fuck it? It's just a celebrity.
Well, I think Deion. I don't think Deion trying to be like nobody, but I understand what you're saying. Like, in any profession, your goal is to be the best. If Nick Saban's the best, well, that's kind of who you're looking at. I think Deion's trying to take who he was as a player and his persona and personality as a player and use that same formula and bring it into coaching. And first season, year one, you could argue that it didn't work because they were 4-8. So now it's just a matter of just seeing how things play out and just seeing if they do have a successful season. Like I said, it's the start before or earlier today. It's a lot of noise right now around the program, and regardless if you're on the player side or what. This is different though from a coaching standpoint. Your head coach don't need to be on necessarily Twitter responding to stuff like this. Responding to like players, and stuff like this. I don't think that's the best look. You know what I'm saying? Because he's saying Lord Jesus. It's a joke. It's a jab. It's a jab at the fact that the player that's talking crap about him didn't really play well, didn't really perform well. So it's like, damn, Lord Jesus. It's not something that you expect from a head coach. So I don't know. It's a lot of noise right now, and it does feel like it's been a lot longer than one season because of so much. It's every week we hear something. And again, I defend Deion a lot, but at some point, I was like, damn, like we got to be some order or some sort of like control.
Come on, Latrell, stop. Latrell, keep it funky and keep it real in this damn chat. Alan's doing so, who played for me. TJ's in here. Keep it real now. Would I have let you do any of these things without confronting you and saying, what are you doing? And would you, because you know how I was as a head coach, I wasn't no dictator. I let the players have a lot of say, Latrell. Would you not have came to me as a captain and said, come on, coach? And would I have not allowed that? Keep it 100. Come on, man. This shit is becoming a distraction. You would have been a distraction if you were allowed to do it, and I would have been a distraction. So that's my point, Latrell. We can't allow this. This is a distraction to the bottom line. What is the bottom line, Latrell? You, when you were a player, the babies, I used to call y'all, the kids. That's the bottom line on this. We are failing them at the ultimate level if we continue to be a distraction to y'all. As the leader and the head coach and the mentor. We are a distraction at this point, dog. This isn't about even your best interest no more as players. This is a show. It's a show now. And this dumb fuck in the chat talking, I don't know the culture. Motherfucker, I've helped more black kids than you will ever do, motherfucker. And I don't give a fuck how black you are. Shut the fuck up, Adwalk. You bitch ass motherfucker. See me anytime talk about the culture. Bitch, you don't know what the culture is. You motherfuckers stay behind the phone protected like the bitch you are. You ain't in the front line. You ain't in Compton, motherfucker, getting bricks thrown at you, bitch ass. Anyway, I got to be honest. It's a distraction, Smitty. It's a distraction like I've never seen. And even though, to your point, social media, cell phones are at an all-time high, blah, 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 blah. It's still a distraction, dog, because we've had cell phones. There's a reason why Saban never got on social media. There's a reason why. He didn't want to be part of that. It was about business. So if we want to talk about culture, guess what the culture says? Let's be about business because the other folks will hold us down. So let's do our thing in silence and let's get through this. Let's go fucking prove to them that they can't do it. But no, we want to be fucking out there and talk that shit. Dog, you guys are missing a huge part of this thing and a huge point. Like, let's just be honest. This is a distraction at an all-time rate for these kids. I don't give a fuck about the grown men in the room no more, Smitty. I never have. I always defended kids. Every one of my players in this room, Latrell included, will tell you, I would defend a kid over a coach in a heartbeat. Latrell, how many fucking coaches did I fire when you were there? Because I didn't like how they were with you guys? Keep it funky, homie. How many coaches have I fired, Alan, because I didn't feel they were right for the players? Let's just keep it real in this chat. Every player that's in here will tell you straight out, I fired more fucking coaches, homie, over kids because that is the truth. That is the bottom line. If you couldn't fuck with my players as a coach, you're out. Bye. Gone. If you were shady or didn't help these kids in the manner that I wanted, Smitty, Latrell will tell you he was on my first inheritance. I inherited a bad Cabrillo program, and Latrell was there. We go 7-3 year one, and it was a shit show, and it was basically with the same players. And Latrell was an increment part of that. We had 6 a.m. waits in the hood every day. No one thought it would happen. Guess what? My assistant coaches weren't getting paid a lot either, but guess what? You want to do this, you're going to do it the right way. What'd they have to do, Latrell? Pick y'all up. Latrell, did I pick you up every morning? Latrell? Did I give a coach pick every single kid that didn't have a ride up so we could be at 6 a.m. waits? In the hood on the west side of Long Beach, where brown and black were beefing and a motherfucker got smoked right outside the front gate of the school at the Taco Bell when I took the job. Yeah. And guess what? Did I let y'all leave school with the general population? Fuck no. Because once you left those gates, it was brown and black activity and there was a bullet has no name on it. So guess what, Smitty? We were there at 6 in the morning and we stayed at that campus until fucking 6 at night until everybody was gone out the hood. Because that is what the bottom line job is as a head coach. Protect the fucking babies. And this ain't happening, dog. We're not protecting them. We're putting them in harm's way at an all-time rate. So
let me ask you this real quick, though. You're saying it's a big distraction for the players. Let me be devil advocate real quick. Do you think the players who are still at Colorado right now, currently playing, like, do you think this is Deion tweeting or responding to something on Twitter? Do you think that's really affecting their day-to-day on campus and how they work and how they prepare? I don't think so. I'm putting myself as a player as like, you might joke about, like, man, you see this tweet from Coach, man, Coach tripping at you. All right, bet.
Let me ask you something.
You go out there and go fucking practice and do what you're supposed to do anyway, and you go move on. So I don't know how big of a distraction. It looks bad from a media standpoint because it's so much shit that's stacking up against the program and against Deion. But from the internal circle of the players there, I just don't know how much of an impact this stuff is happening on them, unless they're getting interviewed every day by the media and they're asking them questions. But they're not in the NFL. It's not like they're just getting interviewed every day and getting asked about, hey, what do you think about Coach Deion and what he said about Xavier Smith? These guys are in college. They're not getting that type of press every day. They're just going to class, going to practice, watching film, and going back home to do homework and mess with girls. Like, I doubt this is truly impacting the actual players on that team at the level that we think it is.
Can you read that?
Dude was a JUCO coaching, acting like he had 20 paid staff. Your coaches didn't get paid shit. What salaries does the running back coach at the JUCO make? LOL.
Well, why don't you ask him? Hey, why don't you ask Alan in the chat? Since you know so much. See, I'm embarrassed for you, homie. By the way, Travis, I had 21 paid coaches at a JUCO, the most of any school in the country. I was the highest paid JUCO coach, and my assistants were the highest paid assistants in JUCO. By the way, they didn't teach a class, and they had free living. You fucking idiot that knows nothing. By the way, my offensive line coach made $100,000 at a JUCO, you dumb fuck, in the middle of Kansas. You know what that is out in Independence, Kansas? It's probably $250K here, you dumb fuck. Guess what my assistant defensive coordinator made? Another 70, live for free. Guess what? My fucking wideout and DB coaches made 50. Guess what my strength conditioning coach and D-line coach made? 50. Plus I gave him money on a class in the middle of fuck nowhere, Kansas. Guess what? But you know. See, I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed because Alan was there and Alan knows. I'm embarrassed for idiots that just say dumb shit. Like, I just be honest.
You ain't have to cook them like that, JB. You ain't have to ether them like that. That was ether.
It's just embarrassing. Like, I actually get embarrassed.
But don't let them get to you because you know the truth.
They don't get to me. They don't get to me. They don't get to me. I just want them to know when they go back to their mama's titty and start sucking that they are clowns. Like they are absolute nobodies that don't know shit. Like that's just the crazy part about it. Here's what it is. Before we got the great Michael Lombardi joining us here in about 8 minutes, I just want to ask you a question to your point of, do you think it affects them? Name me one player other than Shadour and Shiloh that responds on Twitter, that talks to the media, that does a YouTube channel. Name me one player on that Colorado team right now. Name me one guy.
Nobody else.
Oh, so you don't think it affects them? Come on, man. Sure. Why isn't Travis Hunter tweeting like crazy every day?
It's not his personality.
You don't think it affects him, though?
No, I don't. Because to me, the only way it would affect them is like, again, if every fucking week in practice, they got media local Colorado media coming to them, asking them questions about Deion this, Deion that. What you think about players leaving, players? At the end of the day, when you're a college student, bro, like I'm going to class, I'm going to weights, I'm going to practice, and I'm going back to the dorms. Like at the end of the day, that's my lifestyle right now. All the other shit going on, players leaving, all that, it ain't really. It's not impacting me. Like, what could happen? Like, what has happened that a current player is going to be like, damn, I can't even focus today, man. I can't even fucking go to practice, man. Coach Prime out here tweeting at other players. I can't even I think everything that's happened has been little petty shit. And again, since we live in the age of social media and sports media is at an all-time high, and we all need topics to talk about, and they give us material every single week, multiple times a week, we're going to talk about. So for us, it seems heavier and bigger than what it is because as a daily sports show, we talk about them weekly because they give us weekly content. But if I'm in that locker room, they don't give a hell about no Deion saying Lord Jesus in a response to a tweet. It's not affecting me. I don't think. Let me not speak as so matter of fact. I don't believe it's affecting the guys that are actually there playing. All
right, now let's fast forward from your era, my era, Matt's era, Weddle's era. Let's fast forward to now, which is a pay-for-play era. You can't hear me? Can you hear me, Bailey? I'm good. Okay, I'm good. So we're in a pay-for-play era. Gee whizzle, you fucking clown. And you don't think these players are in a locker room looking at a dude do a runway walk in Paris, do a YouTube channel every day about his Cybertruck and his Bentley or whatever truck. You don't think in this pay-for-play era, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. If something happened with my mic, like I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry.
We fast forwarded from your era to my era, and we now have bumped up to a pay-for-play era. On why Nick Saban's left, on why Harbaugh's left, on why other guys have left. It's clear and it's factual that the locker room no longer can stay intact because half the locker room is looking at the greener pastures on the other side of the NIL rainbow versus, and then especially I'm looking at a Caleb Williams, for instance, making $4 or $5 million. I'm looking at a Shadour Sanders making $4 or $5 million, who's the coach's son. You don't think that it affects them and they're not sitting there totally unfocused and why they want to get out and go get their own bag? This is a pay-for-play, free-for-all, Wild Wild West era, Smitty. It's not you and I's era no more. When I tweeted out on Twitter talking shit to somebody, which I rarely did because I didn't really have Twitter then, even on Netflix. I just started my whole social media game right after the show came out. I never had social media. I only had it for recruiting. And our staff had it. And we were viral at Indy, by the way, with Dream U when I created it. And we started recruiting. Social media was huge. That's why I pushed it so heavy. So I just had started my own social media. Dog, this is the different era now. These kids all are affected, Smitty. They all get it, whether it's direct or indirectly. They are affected by what's happening by the far and few between guys that are making millions of dollars. A lot of these guys aren't making money like that, Smitty. They're making $350.
Yeah, but that's a different conversation. Like you said, it's a distraction. Earlier, you were alluding to the point that all the stuff, the noise going on social media, Deion responding, players leaving, etc., saying that's a distraction to the players. Now you're talking about the NIL dollars. NIL dollars may be a distraction, but that's happening on every single university, every single campus. Only the top of the top cats are getting paid. So I guess they might be getting distracted from that standpoint, but not distracted from a standpoint of players leaving and Deion tweeting at people. No, those are two different things.
No, not really, because it's all a distraction. I don't get it. It's all a distraction. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what.
But you're making it specific to Colorado, as if
No, I'm not. I told you why. I just said why Nick Saban left. I just said why Harbaugh left. Why Chip Kelly left.
Well, it's just a different conversation. It's a different conversation.
No, it's
is what
not.
I'm saying.
I'm telling you, the college landscape. I didn't just pick on Colorado.
But that was the topic, JB. We were talking about Colorado in the tweet.
I'm going to clear it up. You specifically said the players at Colorado, do you think they're distracted? And I said all players are distracted by the very far and few between that are making the money. I said they're all distracted. I don't care what school you're at. You're distracted right now. That's why these coaches left those programs, because they can't control a locker room like they used to. And it's no different at Colorado. He doesn't have every single one of those players in tuned, or they wouldn't have left. Like, I don't get it. I don't get why some folks just don't understand that part. Not you, I'm just saying in general. You don't understand. If you were so tightly knitted, as Deion came out and said, and as these other coaches have said, then why do we have such a big turnover? Like, I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, I don't know. Let me see. I need to send. Can you send me the link, Bailey, real quick? Can you send it to my email, Bailey? Can you send it to my email? For Mike.
Mike Jones. What's going on in chat, man? What's
take
going
it for
on?
1 minute. Let me get this stuff.
Do your thing, man. What's going on in chat? Let me talk to y'all for a minute. I see a dude named Austin who watches the show on the dailies talking shit. He said, Coach JB, get rid of Big Smitty. How about we get rid of your ass? Keep trying me, and this will be your last show you watching, motherfucker. I'm tired of people talking shit all the time in the chat. Get rid of Smitty. Get rid. This is my show now. It said the Coach JB show with Big Smitty. So get used to it. So either get used to watching JB with me, and if you don't like it, go watch another show. Cause we just got a studio, baby. We're gonna be in the studio live and in person, and I'm gonna be louder. I'm gonna say my takes louder. I'm gonna be bolder. So if you don't like me now, you're gonna hate me in about 3 weeks. So make a decision right now. If you don't rock with me, go to another show because I ain't going nowhere. What's going on, Ruben? That's my guy, Ruben, man. We got to get back on the poker table, Ruben. I think I took your money last time I saw you, Ruben. My first time playing, I took all your money,
Ruben been here 2 weeks in a row, Smitty, and we split. Ruben and I split last week because we both had big pots. Yeah. And it was already like one, and Ruben lived by you.
Yeah.
So I said, Ruben, I don't want to take your money. Take half and go. You drove out here. Nah, Ruben probably would have won. He had the bigger pot. But we would have been playing for 3 more hours. We
got invited all the homies during the first episode to do a fucking live poker. Are we doing the show like this, but we playing poker at the same time? That might be far. Ruben pull up. Everybody pull up. You scared, you be scared. You be scared to like try new shit. You know what I mean? Like I'm the type of guy, I'll try anything new. If I think it can help us grow, let's fucking try it. And if it don't work, we'll learn from it. You never lose. You learn or you win. Remember that, JB.
Hey, G Wizzle is like the guy that told you to leave the chat. G Wizzle is that guy for me.
For real? It's this dude named Austin Leach. He watch show every day. He said, JB, get rid of Smitty. I said, motherfucker, get rid of you, because I ain't going nowhere. It's JB show a Big Smitty. We got a fucking studio. I'm locked in. So if you don't fuck with me, fuck you. If you don't fuck with JB, fuck you. If you don't fuck with us, fuck you again, and go watch another show, because we here. You know what I'm saying? That's weird.
Right. we gotta welcome our guest in, our main guest. Smitty's turning into JB. We got the great, legendary Michael Lombardi joining us.
Nothing but respect right here.
Oh man, thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. Don't let him tell you what to do.
Hey, Smitty was turning. Smitty was turning into JB when it was going on a rant.
I love it.
I'm sorry, the fans be making me mad sometimes, Mr. Lombardi.
I think you have to ignore it. I think you have to ignore it. Look, I listened to Joe Rogan's pod, and he gave great advice. He said, look, if you're going to spend time looking at your mentions, you're going to go crazy. So you just say what you think and move on. I mean, it's like people, you can't convince anybody giving out gold is a good idea. So how are you going to convince anybody of anything? And everybody knows way more than you know, right? Everybody thinks they know way more than anybody else. So it is what it is. But we don't have enough. We don't have enough honesty. Like you guys provide honesty. We need honesty in our profession. We have too much of pandering going back and forth to cover up for, you help me, I'll help you, that kind of crap.
That's true. There's no question. Man, have you had a conversation with Dan lately, or Orlovsky? I'm just playing. I love it.
I mean, I love this quote by and I said it on my podcast. Jack Nicholson has a great quote that he said, I was probably the only liberal who read Treason by Anne I forget her last name, and so he said, I like to have the other side. I like to learn, and I think it's the elixir of life. And so I listen to Dan, not to agree with him, but to hear how he can present the argument, which he can't present the argument because A, he's never been in a draft room, B, he's never talked to an owner, and C, there's no way that this is a good idea because Dan doesn't know the protocol or the lineage of collecting data to make a decision. Dan's never run an NFL team before. Dan's never had to put together a team needs chart. Dan's never gone through their calendar as an executive. Most players that are on television have never done that. So they talk about, it's all just about who to pick and who to play. It's not about how to build a team. And so for me, when the Falcons made this horrendous decision, not because I don't like Michael Penix, because I do, but to draft a guy at 8 after you paid Kirk Cousins is really a smack at your timeline and your work that you have done during the season. Because with your job, if you're a general manager and you're Super Bowl winning GM Terry Fontenot, which is what I call him because he's never won a Super Bowl, and yet he determined that Bill Belichick was not even in his top 3 of coaching candidates to interview, which takes a unique courage to say that off the record. And makes you look a lot stupider than that, because if he's not in your top 3, that's really something wrong. So anyway, let's go back to that. When you're doing your job as a GM, you go to practice every day. You watch practice tape every day. You're watching your team. You're constantly working on what your team needs. And so that draft that you're studying when you're office, you're looking at players that, who could this guy fit? How could it work? We're going to need this. We're not going to need that. We're going to need this. And you're working on that constantly. And so to say that, we got wowed by Michael Penix in a workout in April because he had such a great arm, it just smacks that you weren't even working at your job, because my wife, my dog, my 5, 6 grandchildren, they all know Michael Penix had a great arm. You didn't need to fly to Seattle to see that he had a great arm. He was at the Senior Bowl. The Senior Bowl's in Mobile, Alabama. It's not that far from Atlanta. Like I know Super Bowl winning GM Terry didn't go to the Super Senior Bowl because he was interviewing those coaches that are much better than Belichick. But the reality of it is they tape every drill at the Senior Bowl. Like just put the tape on the video. Watch it. You don't have to go to Seattle to see that the guy had a gun. You don't have to go to Seattle to see the guy was really good at throwing the ball on the third level. So to me, my commentary on what Dan was presenting was he didn't really understand the methodology that goes into building a draft board and how a draft board has to be tied to your free agent board.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I'm still, and Eric Weddle's in the chat right now, and he comes on our show all the time, and he got into he's tried to get into your space a little bit. Baltimore brought him in for a while, and he just wanted to deal with his kids, so he stopped doing it.
Yeah.
But he got his feet wet, and he was like, it's a different world. From player to that world, he was like, you can't be friendly. You can't say, oh, this guy's good because he's my friend's friend. And no, it's a business. You're going to get fired if you don't handle it and direct accordingly. So I got to ask you this, and I texted you this, but I want you to explain it. I said, listen, let me defend this crazy bastard and say why they drafted this guy. And I'm like, is the NFL going to hit him next year, maybe in the first round for a pick due to the tampering deal with Cousins? And maybe they said, hey, we're not going to get a first-round QB opportunity next year, so we're going to take him now. I'm just trying to make sense of it. You're saying probably.
Well, no, I think so I think here's what happened. I think they should get hit, and I do think they should lose a first-round pick because the first time, when they were pumping noise into their stadium, I call him Kaiser Sose, President Rich McKay, because he's never, ever involved with everything. He's always behind the scenes, but he controls everything. They got the slap on the wrist. Meanwhile, we're in New England, and we got accused of deflating the footballs, which we never did, and which Peter King came out when he retired and admitted it was a fake story. We lost a first-round pick and $1 million. So, like they should. There's no way you're going to tell me you negotiated this contract in an hour. And that includes a no trade clause in it as well, which if you're going to draft Penix, why would you put the no trade clause in the contract? Clearly, they had no idea they were drafting Penix when they did Cousins. Clearly, which shows you their lack of preparation. Okay, so I think to me, if I were them, and this has come out recently, Joe Douglas was on the phone with them. They were trying to get back into the pick after they picked Penix at 8. They were trying to buy the first-round pick, which to me would have been just give away give away the pick that they were going to take away from you and get a player to help your team. They wanted Latua to pick there, but obviously if they would have picked Latua, they still could have gone to 13, 14, or 15 to get that pick outright, right? Because Latua didn't go to 15.
Yeah.
But they couldn't pull off a trade. So I said this, to me, if you think you're going to lose your one, trade it. And so what they ended up doing is trading a bunch of picks for the Clemson defensive tackle, I can't say his name, who made third team all ACC. He's beautiful to look at, just didn't make any plays. Like he's the classic guy who, has got great workout, not great production.
Yeah.
That's a good point, man. I mean, a lot of people were saying, I love having your insight on here because as someone who's actually done it and been in these rooms, do you feel like they were just surprised once the 8th pick came around and Penix was available? Do you think they just assumed Penix would be off the board?
No, I mean, of course. If you're doing your job and you pay attention and you're not living on Gilligan's Island, you know that Penix was going to be there at 8. I mean, let's just go to the betting market, right? That's what I work in, the space I work in for VSiN and DraftKings, right? The betting market had Michael Penix as his props bet was first originally set at 32.5. You could bet the under or over 34.5, excuse me.
Wow.
And so that didn't move until the last week when then it became under 32.5. Like there was nobody believing that Penix, I think it was wrong, but all the mockers and all the experts that aren't in draft rooms were predicting he wasn't going to go in the first round, that he was going to be. So if you know that, you know what teams are picking in front of you, and you know what's bullshit and you know what's real. And so to say that you didn't know it, like I would have been able to say to you, there's no way that Penix would not be there at 8. I could have guaranteed that because I knew that McCarthy was going to go. So the other thing that the other thing that the bookmakers did, they posted how many quarterbacks are going to be in the first round, and they set the number at 4.5. Okay, so that meant that we knew Daniels was going, we knew Williams was going to go, We knew Drake May was going to go. And so it came down to whether Penix, Nix, or McCarthy were going to go. And once you felt like we knew McCarthy was going to go, that gave you 4. So now the decision was Penix or Nix going to be the 5th? And there was a lot of money on both sides. Yeah, to me, he knew this. You knew this at the Senior Bowl. You know who was going to be there.
I don't get it either. Like this team, this organization just took Desmond Ridder. Just 2 years removed.
JB, I think you got to go back on that. They took Ridder, but not only did they take Ridder, they went to practice every day and watched Ridder. And then they watched him play in the last 4 games, which is what I did too. And Ridder was scared to death to make a throw. He was scared to death to put the ball in a tight window. He didn't want to turn it over. And he didn't play very well in those last 4 games. And they thought so highly of him. Now, they'll blame Arthur Smith for this, which is unfair, but they will. They'll blame him for this. Is they put out a press release saying they have no interest. They have no interest in Lamar Jackson. Remember that? They put this press release out. So
Crazy.
So not only now they said to the greatest coach of all time, you're not in our top 3. They said Lamar Jackson isn't worthy of our attention, and he's won the MVP 2 times in a row. And you want me to believe that these people know what they're doing? And this is what you're trying to convince me of? Like, you don't like. It's one thing to not want Lamar. It's another thing to not want. It's another thing to put out the press release. Like, they were all in on the Deshaun Watson. They were all in. They bailed on it late. They got cold feet.
Yeah, that's the pick I don't get. I say you just drafted this guy, listen. I want to get your expertise on this because Weddle and I talk about it. Matt McChesney and I talk about this. People don't understand, and that's why I thought Penix was going to fall as well. And everyone wants to, that aged well. You know, the famous nobody on Twitter says, that aged well, because I said I thought he would fall because of his age, his injuries, plus his being a left-handed guy. Explain to everybody as we draft these guys and we look at these guys, 16 of the 32 teams probably eliminated Penix early, correct? Just because he's a lefty?
I think some quarterback – now, not all personnel guys do, but I think some quarterback offensive coordinators don't want a left-handed guy. But look, I think if you're a coach, that's what the great Mike Tomlin says. If you're a coach, you got to coach. You just can't coach a specific right or left-hander. I think where Penix was getting knocked was that he needed to be – the injuries were concerned, his age. And then when you study his career, he was really good with Caden DeBoer. He wasn't as good when DeBoer left, and then he got good again with DeBoer. And so I think, to me, like I said this from the beginning, if Al Davis were alive, he would have loved Penix. Now, Al Davis loved left-handed quarterbacks. We had Stabler. He drafted Todd Marinovich. So he loved left-handed quarterbacks. It didn't bother him at all. But what would have enticed him to draft him would have been the down-the-field throws, the over routes, the accuracy on the third level. That's what really, to me, is the signature behind Penix. And then the issue you get into is, okay, Kirk Cousins is a true West Coast. His feet tell him where to throw the football. This is why Kyle Shanahan fell in love with him when he was in Washington. This is why Kyle Shanahan didn't draft a quarterback his first year in San Francisco, because he thought he was going to sign Cousins. He choreographs the quarterback to his feet, and that's where you throw the ball. And Kirk is very good at that. That's not Penix's game. So now Atlanta's into a situation where you're going to run 2 different offenses. You're going to have the Penix offense, which is a vertical outside the numbers, throw it down the field, and you got to have the foot quickness and the rhythm and throws that involve around the Kirk Cousins offense. And I think it's hard to marry those 2 together. Now, Zach Robinson had, he was there, so he knows Cousins. He runs the Shanahan offense through McVay. But to me, you got to throw the ball up the field if you have Penix, and that's not really Kurt. Kurt wants the ball out of his hand. Remember, for all the conversation about Kurt making all the money, I mean, Kurt don't like to get sacked, and that ball's coming out quick.
Yeah, Brady-esque a little bit. I mean, that's the closest thing to Brady, in my opinion, in the league right now is him. I mean, he's not going to ad-lib. He's going to throw it 1, 2, 3, cloudy, dies. I'm throwing it out of bounds. He's going to live to fight another down. I don't think we see that anymore. Let me ask you this. I got an interesting take on the first 15. Now, you've done this a long time. A couple years ago, we had it was heavy. I think the first 4 were defensive players, but we saw 14 offensive players this year. I thought was a little alarming. Is the quarterback position, in your opinion, floundering coming from college? I think it is, in my personal opinion, and I'm starting to think. And listen, I think 30 of 32 GMs never played a down of football in their life. Is that is there any weight to that? Like, do you think that they're looking at the quarterback position and saying, listen, we're not really scared of the quarterback anymore. There's no more Brady's, Breezes. Aaron's been down. We got a few guys that can do it, but usually you draft corners to say we're better than your quarterback. And this year we're drafting other guys instead of corner. Maybe there was no Sauce Gardner available, but do you think that's true? Like, quarterback position is not as good and it's not scaring DCs and GMs and head coaches anymore? Like, hey, let's go get better in the trenches instead of out there. Corner didn't go this year till late.
Yeah, well, I mean, to me, I think that's corners typically where you find corners is 20 to 54. That's the market in corners, unless you get an elite guy that's a true man-to-man. You know, you can get Revis, you get Sauce, or, if you try to take one like Okudah at 2, I mean, and he doesn't work out, it's a disaster, right? Which it was for Detroit. So, look, I think the best remedy for coverage is a pass rusher, which is what Atlanta's finished 31st in pressures in the last 3 years. They can't rush the passer. They can't get any pressure on the quarterback. They're in the bottom third in turnovers created by their defense. And so they can't go back and watch the Tampa game when Baker Mayfield in a 2-minute drill takes them right down the field and wins the game. I mean, Walsh used to say this all the time. If you're going to be a good team, a 500 team, you got to be able to have a pass rusher who can rush in the fourth quarter. You got to have that, whether it's a tackle, whether it's an end. They don't have that. I think the game's always about the trenches. That's never going to change. I think, to me, the bigger issue that you're alluding to is who's marrying the quarterback to the coach, right? That's really the key. Bo Nix, you can say whatever you want about Bo Nix, but Sean Payton will marry that scheme to his talent. And he will throw the ball much like Kirk Cousins does on it. Now, he's going to catch a lot of crap for picking him 12th overall, but what he wants from the quarterback, Bo Nix will be able to. And same thing with J.J. McCarthy. They'll be able to develop him. Now, can Caleb Williams develop for Chicago? I don't know, but he's a really talented player. Can Jaden Daniels? Jaden Daniels is, if you draft Jaden Daniels and we're sitting in a draft room, okay, you don't just say we're taking Daniels. You say, what offense are we running? How are we going to develop this player, and what are we going to do with this player? Daniels never throws the ball inside the middle of the field. Daniels is never going to make a second play off the first play. Right? He's going to run with it on the second play. He's not going to buy time and throw it. He's going to run. That's why he gained over 1,000 yards. And so you're going to have to come up with an offense that suits him. Now, Washington has McLaurin, they have Dotson, they have outside receivers, which helps. But he's not going to run. Watch the LSU tape. Okay, in the LSU tape, when LSU played Alabama, watch the Alabama tape. Alabama played one rat. They were playing a lot of man early in the game. They didn't have him. He took off and ran. But once they played one robber, one rat, they put somebody spying on him in the middle of the field, that cut down his second play ability. And I think that's what's going to happen. And I think, to me, that's where a great player has to then change his game to another level.
If you're drafted nowadays, though, and you see what's happening at the college level, we take the best high school recruit at quarterback, we put him at QB, and we say, listen, we're going to run some RPO, some double and triple option. We're going to do these things with the best athlete. That is what I've seen over the last 15 years probably, especially coaching them. We get the best athlete, we put them there. And then when they get to the NFL, it's a lot of ad-lib. I mean, look at all these guys. Kyler Murray, exactly what you just said with Jaden Daniels is exactly what I see a lot of the NFL becoming. Is this the new age? I mean, I just don't see the quarterback. No. Look at Lamar. Lamar's a freak of nature, we all know, but he probably had the worst stats ever as an MVP winner. Let's be honest.
I mean, I think Lamar's going to benefit from signing Henry. Why? Because you're going to give Henry the ball? Okay, yeah. I mean, that's pretty that's pretty easy to figure out. But no, Henry can't run from an offset eye. No. He can't run from shotgun. He's not a good back offset. Henry's a deep eye tailback, which means Lamar's going to be under center more, which is going to be a good thing for Lamar, which is going to open up a play action pass game from under center, not from fake the handoff on the inside zone or the outside zone. So I think that helps Lamar. But I think more than anything, the way to stop quarterbacks today, whether it was Brady, whether it's Mahomes, is how you choreograph your rush. Kyler Murray struggles against good defensive coordinators who don't worry about what the coverage is. They worry about how we rushing this guy. How are we forcing him to play? It's like the Raiders. They take Brock Bowers in the first round. They have Gardner Minshew. Okay. They have no guards that can protect the middle of the pocket. They signed a center Andre James, who's marginal at best. They gave him a big contract, but that's been the weakness of their team, the inside part of the field. And so with Minshew at 6 feet tall, if you get into the paint, which is what I call the area between the tackle, the guard's outside shoulders, 5 yards deep, if you get in the paint with Minshew, it's over. He doesn't have enough arm. He doesn't have enough ability to be able to make that tight window throw in the paint. Brady had struggled with that. That was Brady's kryptonite. Get in the paint. Get in front of him. Stand in front of him.
So you see Minshew over Giants. You see Minshew as a starter over at O'Connell.
I don't know how they can start O'Connell. I watched every game on O'Connell, and that the guy scored 0 points against the Minnesota defense. I mean and he's got he had Jacoby Myers, he got Devontae Adams, they had Michael Mayer, but they struggled. They had Josh Jacobs. I mean they had offensive weaponry. They led the league in rushing 2 years ago. Look, I think Aiden O'Connell's a nice player as a backup. But the Raiders have 2 backup quarterbacks. They don't have a starting quarterback. Gardner Minshew, to me, Gardner Minshew is a middle reliever. You bring Gardner Minshew in the 4th inning, you hope to get to the 8th and get to your closer. If Gardner Minshew has to start 17 games, his body isn't built for 17 games. He's not a big human being. And what people lose sight of is when quarterbacks' legs go, the leg strength of your quarterback is where your arm strength comes from. And so when you just lose a little bit of arm strength, all of a sudden people start playing more zone on you. They break on the ball. And that becomes detrimental to the team.
I told you that, JB. Told you Minshew he's a backup.
My good friend, you know him as well. I coached him at Purdue, and he says this guy has all the NFL ability as far as throwing the ball from every hash, every throw. He said, I just don't know. He said he's got to get his feet wet. He got a little bit wet last year, but I don't know if you could start. I agree with you. I think Minshew's just comfortable in his role as a backup. I don't know if he's the guy, the difference maker. And that's why I thought drafting Brock was good, Bowers, because I think at least I can get in some 12, dictate the safeties, rotation or coverage, and just isolate Devontae Adams and be safe with the football and run the football. I don't know. I could be wrong. I think that's the only way.
To run the ball out of 12. If they're in base, it's going to be a hard thing to do. When you're in 12, you want them to be in nickel. It's what you want to dictate the personnel group based on your skill. And so if Bowers is if he becomes the H, which is what he will, and Meyer, and they decide to play nickel, and you can't run the ball out of that. It's what Atlanta's problem is. They put Pitts on the field. He can't block anybody. So when they're in 11, people treat that as 10. They're not worried about him running the ball. If they're in 11, they know they have no weak side run. They have no strong side run game because Pitt can't block at the point of attack.
Yeah.
Right.
So where are we going with the ball? We're going to run weak side. Who's the weak side slot? Who's receiver? Is he going to block somebody who's bigger than him? I think the Raiders' problems institutionally start with the offensive and defense, the offensive line particularly. They can't control the game. You never get control of the game if you can't block. That's the biggest problem. And you become a better defense when your front can control the game and when your offense can control the game with their front. And I love Josh and I love Dave Ziegler. I think the biggest mistake they made, and I've said it, is the last position you fix on your team when you start somewhere is the wide receiver, because it takes the team to get the ball to them. It takes protection. It takes execution, right? This isn't a one-on-one isolation. Just let Anthony Edwards go to the rim. That's not the game. So when you don't have that, all of a sudden everything else breaks down. So when you take over a team, if you don't fix the lines, it's what Jim Harbaugh says. The line dictates everything. And the Raiders have been neglecting their lines since Colton Miller's selection. I think that's their biggest issue.
What do you think about the Chargers draft? Harbaugh in specific, getting Joe Alt, you think that's good?
I think here's the thing about the Chargers draft. Marry free agency and the draft together, something that Super Bowl winning GM Terry Fontenot didn't do. And you add a really tough coach in Harbaugh who preaches tackling fundamentals. Yeah. And you add Joe Alt to their team, and they're going to run the ball. I mean, they're going to be physical. They're not going to try to outspace you or go for it. They're going to punch you in the mouth, and they're going to win close games. So you got to factor him in there as well. It's like what Schwartz was able to do for Cleveland this year. They were tougher on defense. They were much improved. That's why they got to the playoffs. They were struggling offensively with all the injuries, but a coach can make a difference. I think Harbaugh will. I think it's a good draft. I think McConkey's a really good receiver at the top of the second if he can stay healthy.
Yeah,
that's real. I love that.
I got to ask you one question as far as this quarterback draft. Overrated?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a desperation. Springsteen has a great line. He says, "Sometimes I can't tell my courage from my desperation." And when they turn the card in, people think they're being courageous, but I think it's really an act of desperation, because if you don't have things aligned with the player development, if you don't have things aligned in terms of the player going to work hard, look, Zach Wilson can go in a workout and show you everything he needs to show you, but he never moved from being an amateur to a pro. He never took the game seriously. He never put the time and the dedication in to become a great pro. He just kept playing like an amateur. And nobody really demanded that he become a pro. A lot of it's where you start. It's why, like the great Rich Gannon, he gets drafted by New England. They want to play him at free safety. He gets traded to the Minnesota Vikings, and his career bounces around. And finally, when he gets with Marty Schottenheimer in Washington and then in Kansas City, then he goes to Kansas City with Vermeer. Then he becomes a really good player because they were able to develop the skills within the system. And then he goes and wins MVP of the league in 2020 and 2002. That's the requirement. And so most of these guys, there's not a lot of guys that can coach the quarterback to the highest level in our league. That's the problem. We have a lot of guys who can draw plays, but that's different than running an offense.
So from the QBs in this draft, just kind of using your own insight. Obviously, fit matters, coaching matters, but which QBs do you feel good about having, long, sustainable, solid careers?
Well, I think Caleb, if Caleb can identify with if he can connect to his teammates, I think that's the hurdle. He can't be Kyler Murray and sit off to the side. He's got to be, and that's why the Bears, when he came to visit, the Bears had their team take him out to dinner. That's going to be the key thing. I think he's certainly talented. Too many fumbles in the pocket, too many loose plays, but those are things if he's willing to take on coaching, right? That's going to be the coachability for this position is really important. Mac Jones didn't want to take on coaching. Is Trevor Lawrence taking on coaching? You got to take on coaching to get better and not take it as criticism. I think that's an important part. I think McCarthy will be good in that area. I think he'll take it. He's selfless. A guy didn't have, he wasn't looking to throw the ball. He was looking to win. But I think a lot of it's going to come down to Bo Nix went to a great place. McCarthy went to a great place. I don't know about Drake May. Alex Van Pelt, has he developed a quarterback in his career? I think it's going to be hard. And May is a long way from being there. It's not Josh Allen. It's a little bit longer than that.
Let me ask you, as we wrap this up, and I appreciate you coming on again as always. I got to ask you, when you mentioned that, in Minnesota, you take JJ, you have a big issue there with a star receiver. Is he re-signing? Do you see him re-signing there?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
So
it's all media hype, Look, he's going to sign. He's one of the best players in the league. The question isn't whether he resigns. The question is whether he gets $34 million a year, whether he gets 35, whether he gets 33. It's the numbers the question, not whether he's resigning.
Got you. My last question before Smitty, and we'll end it. I appreciate it. Your biggest winner and your biggest loser of the draft.
I love Pittsburgh's draft. I thought Pittsburgh was really good. They've been trying to replace Ryan Shazier for years. And they finally get Peyton Wilson in the third round. They draft 2 starting offensive linemen. They get a center, they get a left tackle, and then they get Roman Wilson to play receiver. This is a good team, and they had a good offseason. I think that's really something. I think Atlanta, they think they're one player away. And if they would have drafted a defensive end, maybe this one player would have given them some help. But when they drafted a rundown defensive tackle on a team that can't rush the passer, you're going to have some issues. I think that's a questionable one there.
They are in a pretty, I'll say, weak, with some quotations, weaker division, though. In that division, with all those offensive weapons in Atlanta, Bijan
everybody says that. Everybody says that. When you watch them on tape, they're the slowest team in the league. Drake London can't outrun anybody. Kyle Pitts is a matchup he can't run out. Who's he going to outrun? It's like Bijan Robinson's a great player, but 2 years in a row, Super Bowl winning GM Terry Fontenot passes up 3 techniques. You don't do that.
Yeah.
You don't pass up 3 techniques are dinosaurs. You can't find them. Passed up Murphy, passed up Carter last year. They can't rush the passer. Everybody talks about their weapons on offense. Would you trade Drake London for Christian Watson? Of course you wouldn't. Watson get down the field. London's a nice receiver. He's good. He's not a number 1. So to me, the whole team building, they're blame Arthur Smith for everything. Arthur Smith's going to get blamed for everything going back to the 1800s. Yeah, man. Guys, I got to run, man. I appreciate you.
Hey, always,
Mike,
I appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Take care. I think he's going right on McAfee right now.
He has to run, and we all that's I love it, man. It's back to back, just grinding. This has been a hell of a show, man. We had no power. We go from no power, JB in the car with his pistol locked and loaded and ready. We go, JB gets the power going. We bring on Alex Stein. He comes on with the jokes. He brings on, some of his strong opinions, the real boom, boom, boom. Then we bring on Lombardi, and we just sit back me and Jimmy both kind of sit back and let him go. Anytime you have a legend with as much knowledge as Lombardi has, sometimes you got to just sit back and let them cook. You know what I'm saying? Let them do their thing. So it's been a great show, man. And we broke news that we got a brand new studio that we're going to be in probably next few weeks. We'll let you know the date.
And breaking news, the kid Deion talked to on social media has now responded to Deion.
Man, it's been a loaded show. I'm going to get Deion on this show. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get Deion on our show to kind of just speak his piece. I'm going to do it, though. You sit back. Because I don't think
I blocked some fucking idiot in here. If you're going to just talk shit about the guest the whole time, I'm blocking you. So...
You heard what Michael Lombardi said, though. He said sit back, and he said you gotta ignore him, JB. Starting now, we're ignoring that. I'm not even gonna let you respond to any negativity in the chat.
Lord Jesus, and see, this is what it's becoming.
It was crazy. I got more positive flex than your son. That's a good comeback. I'm not gonna hold you. I like it. That's a hell of a comeback.
Saying, this is a shit show. Let's just be real. It's becoming a sideshow. Let's say it's a sideshow.
Okay.
It's becoming a sideshow. I would be honest, if we did a poll question right now, I believe that the general population, especially the Deion and Colorado defenders, who never knew where Colorado was on the map before Deion got there. By the way, FYI, just throwing that out there.
I still don't.
Fair weather fans. If you did a poll question and said, would you rather know and hear and see the social media tweets and reactions over watching them play? Because the spring game kind of is on my side. They really didn't go to the spring game this year like they did a year ago.
You said 25,000. That's still a lot at a fucking spring game.
22, yeah. It is for Colorado. It is
not for
Alabama or Ohio State.
But that's not who you're comparing them to. The first year was an anomaly. 50,000 a spring game. That's just Deion just knew everybody. But 20-something thousand is still crazy at Colorado, bro.
But that's my point. We know what it's for, and it's crazy that we rather care about what's happening on social media than actually winning more than 4 games. Yeah. Like I'm being real. Like. USC had nobody show up. I don't know if you saw that.
I did.
And that's LA though. That's LA. It's always been that way. It always will be.
Yeah, I got some fair weather fans out here, boy.
I'm just saying SC and UCLA will never have a spring game. Not in my opinion. You'll never have a spring game attendance. People show up. The Lakers are in the playoffs. Flowers. The Lakers are in the playoffs. The Dodgers just started with Ohtani being there. The Kings are in the playoffs in hockey. Spring break is here. California weather is supposed to be better weather. It's been sunny for 2 days. Now
weed is legal.
I mean, dog, California, come on, man. Nobody's going to the SC game, spring ball.
Y'all got too much stuff going, too many things going on. That's the problem out here. It's almost too good to be true. Like, that's why y'all fan base is horrible. You go to Indiana, we supporting the hell out of everything. Because ain't nothing else to do. It's been a hell of a show, JB, man. Like, what are you looking forward to the most when you and I will be in person? What's the one thing that you're you know what? I'm excited for this.
Me just cooking you, like continuing, maybe choke you out. I don't know.
That's what I'm looking forward to. Like when we get in the heated arguments in person, like what's going to happen? I'm almost looking forward to that because it's different behind a computer.
Ain't nothing going to happen.
I don't know.
I mean, it'd be 2 hits. Me hitting you, you hitting the ground.
I'm saying you get in my face and I'll push you hard as fuck in the chest and you fall back. Then I don't know.
I'm thinking about the layout. I'm thinking about the layout right now. I was thinking about getting like one of those electronic hoops that take score.
Yeah.
And we have an announcement. Since Smitty's leaving the show, Our new co-host for the rest of the week will be Jeff Nadu will be joining the show as a co-host tomorrow and Friday. Jeff and I will be doing a little, we'll have a couple bits, little segments we'll get together on today, talk about some betting. We're going to do some things. What?
So hold on, when Jeff come on, you want to like do new segments and break shit down, call him before. But when I'm on the show, it's like, fuck it. Let's freestyles, roll the dice.
Well, see, Smitty people don't really, I gave Smitty, let's do these segments. Smitty just abandoned, Smitty says so. He abandoned it, y'all. He just disregarded everything I put together. He just disregarded.
You started skipping my fucking segment. So I said, fuck it. You do the intro of the show. You started skipping my shit like weeks ago. So I stopped doing it.
The intro has always been the intro.
No. You would always, when we first started, you would like announce me. All right, it's time for
after the intro.
You stopped, but you stopped doing that shit. So I said, fuck it. He don't want the shit. We don't do that. We don't do black people shit, white people shit. We don't do fucking.
We haven't done a lot of shit. It's been crazy off season, dog. We've been so packed out.
We don't do jaw jacking or whatever the shit's called.
Dog, we had great segments. You kind of shitted on.
We don't do top 5, bottom thirds.
It's off season.
We ain't did Smitty's dogs. We ain't did
none of that.
We ain't did Tank. We ain't did Matt's monsters.
Can we do a hell yeah? Can we do some hell yeah, hell no real quick in the show?
In the show with hell yeah, hell no, man. Good old faithful.
All right. Hell yeah, hell no. The Commanders had the best draft. Hell yeah, hell no.
Hell no. Hell no. I say the Indianapolis Colts did. We got the best edge rusher in the draft in Latu, who you loved. We get a first round talent receiver in the second round in AD Mitchell. We get offensive line help with my guy Goncalves, another guard as well to kind of help hone in the offensive line and protect AR5. Like, we get a freak athlete at Auburn who can play safety or corner. I got direct insight on that. I know exactly what I'm talking about. I got direct connections and coaches who know these guys. You're not the only one, JB. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I think the Colts have the best drive, and you're going to see it this year.
Hey, is G Wizzle related to you or some way?
Hey, he can be. It's my brother, man. Shout out to G Wizzle, man. Hey, I'm gonna call you after the show, my guy.
He's gotta be related.
Tell Auntie I said what's going on.
Are you paying motherfuckers like the protesters?
Everybody got a fucking Colts hat. Everybody I pay got a Colts hat.
It's crazy though. You just can't give an honest answer. Everything has to be super Homer. I don't get it. I don't know how we're gonna do the Homer shit in person. It's unbelievable. I'm gonna say the Washington Commanders. Hell yeah, hell no. I'm gonna say hell no. I actually do like the Steelers, and I do like the Rams, and I do like.
Hold the fuck on. You like the who?
I like the Rams. The
Steelers. Okay. Come on, bro.
I didn't say they were a favorite. Rams aren't my number one. I also like Washington. I also like Detroit and the Philadelphia Eagles draft. So I like.
You didn't ask me that though. You didn't ask me to do a long list.
I said hell no. I said hell no. They're not.
So we agree then. So why we arguing?
I just said hell no.
You the type of motherfucker that just like to argue.
I'm gonna say the Rams are number one. No.
You put them in the conversation.
Hell yeah, hell no. The Raiders will regret not drafting a quarterback.
Hell no. There was no quarterback available that makes sense for them. Go out there, roll with Gardner Minshew and or O'Connell. I can see a world where Gardner starts off the season, O'Connell takes off. I don't know, but I just think there was no quarterback there that was available that would be the answer. You don't want to just force the player and just get a guy just to check off a box. You know what I'm saying? Just like Lombardi was saying, like people are drafting out of desperation. You just don't draft the quarterback and just roll the dice just because? No, there was no good quarterback at that point. So hell no.
I'm going to say hell no. I like Aiden O'Connell. And no one's picking Aiden to start. I am. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Hell yeah, hell no, Smitty. The Patriots will try to lure Tom Brady out of retirement.
Hell no. Stop. Move on.
Hell yeah, hell no. AR5 will finish the season.
Yes, he will. He's learned how to slide. He's in phenomenal shape, man. He just crossed over. I think he's a what he cross over, man? He's a what you call it? He's a Kappa, I think. I think he just crossed over to be a Kappa. Shout out to him.
How you cross over to be a Kappa?
That's what it's called. Like you go through a lot of like shit. I don't know. I'm not in a fraternity, but I know you go through a lot of shit.
He didn't go from a Kappa. He didn't go. He a fake.
No, that's the term you use. I think. No, I think he really he did the full shit. But shout out to him, man. He's super healthy right now, fit. He's out there throwing the ball around, looking good. I know he learned through, just through osmosis of watching Gardner Minshew and learning from his mistakes and learning from his own mistakes as a player on the field from sliding. This guy, it will be on the field all season long, and y'all better watch out in the AFC South because we are loaded. We are the second best division in football behind the AFC North.
Hell yeah, hell no. The 76ers will come back from a 3-1 deficit and win the series versus the Knicks.
You know what? To start the series off, I had the Sixers winning, but I'm gonna say hell no, man. That Knicks team is gritty. The thing about the Knicks that I like is that it's just a bunch of, and I mean this respectfully, it's a bunch of like others. I don't want to call them average players because they're better than average, but it's a bunch of just like role players who are gritty, hungry, no ego, and obviously the stars that they do have. Jalen Brunson, he is a real deal star, but he's not like a superstar where he has a big ego. He doesn't care if he goes out there and drops 15 points or 40 points as long as they win the game. That's what he's happy about. And the fact that it's him, Devin Chizzo, I believe is how you say his name, and Josh Hart, they were all former teammates in college. They have a natural just energy, to put them together. And then their head coach, what's the head coach name from? He's coached the Bulls with
Thibodeau.
Thibodeau, perfect. He's gritty, tough nose. Wherever he goes, you're gonna play hard deep. Like it's just a perfect core. All they need is one more game.
You say all this,
hey baby.
You say all this, but they were up 6. They were up 6 with 40 seconds left last night and lost in overtime.
Yeah, but Maxi's a bad boy. Shout out to Maxi. Maxi went crazy. So this is JB Cigar Lounge. So he does this show there now. No, yeah. So when I go to his house, this is where we be. We be in there smoking, we be drinking, playing all that stuff. He invited you to come over too, but a couple times. But I know you scared of the dogs.
Hell no, I ain't some damn dogs.
Them dogs bigger than you, baby. But he'll put them up if you come over. But I didn't tell you, JB bought a studio for us, so we're about to start going to the studio downtown in about a couple weeks. So surprise.
That's good. I'm happy.
You happy for us? I appreciate you, baby. All right, my fault. My wife just got home. I had to show her love. She just peeked in. She never saw your setup like this. This new, like the actual. She used to seeing your other studio room. So seeing this bar, she like, damn, where he at? I said, that he got money, motherfucker, rich. He got all that money from Netflix and Last Chance U. I should rob him. I'm planning it. Get you a hood. My baby from Detroit, man. You know what I mean? Get you a wife who this is my ride or die. She'll kill for me, steal for me, do whatever for me. That's a rider.
BPS. Motherfucker just right out want to rob the white boy. It's unbelievable. And we got Detroit and Indianapolis together against Compton. Ain't gonna happen.
Ooh,
but anyway, let me. All right. Hell yeah, hell no. LeBron will be a Laker next year.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I think I heard rumors that he's planning on doing a 2 to 3 year deal, more money, and the Lakers are probably going to sign Bronny. So it makes sense. It makes sense. Hell yeah, he'll be in LA for his business purposes out here. It's so much more than just basketball for him at this point too. I think he knows he's not going to win any more rings. He's just trying to just make as much money as he possibly can, play with his son, and continue to grow off the court. So hell yeah.
Hell yeah, hell. I'm just fucking with you. I'm going to do it all day. I'm going to stay on here for another hour and do hell yeah, hell
2 hours later.
All right.
Hell no. Hold on, real quick. Let me ask you: Did you hear Kendrick's comeback against Drake?
I don't listen to this new booty rap. It's horrible.
No, Kendrick is from your hood. He came back.
He's a DEI hire or whatever.
Oh, don't do that. Kendrick is really from the hood. He be in Compton more than you, motherfucker. Don't do that to Kendrick.
My boy coached him at Dominguez.
Homie. Kendrick be in Compton more than you, bro. And he been up there more recently than you, homie. Like, stop, bro. Stop.
No, he don't. Stop.
Kendrick he go to Compton by himself, no security right now, and be safe.
No, he don't.
Homie, bro. All right, bro. Go listen to the comeback, man. He representing Compton. Go listen to the comeback. Golly.
I can't fuck with that fucking voice, homie. Like all these motherfuckers got feminine ass voices, homie. Like
Kendrick changes his voice up and down sometimes.
Fuck all that, dog.
Hold on. I mean, respectfully, and I mean this with all due respect, Eazy-E voice was fucking kind of squeaky, but we love Eazy-E. Stop.
Eazy-E had a original voice.
Hold on. So when it's Eazy-E, it's original, but when it's somebody else, it's fucking feminine. Make your mind up and make it make sense, homie.
We are in a feminine era.
Come on, homie.
Hey, so I didn't hear it. So give us your take. I don't know I don't even really know the whole thing. So give us your take. I think it's all set up. I think it's set up before you say. I think it's all set up. I think it's to get the rap business back on top. I think the rap game is falling. I think this is all designed by all these dudes to start a beef. We started real beefs back in the day between the Pac and the Biggies. The East Coast, West Coast beef was
that
real.
Shit wasn't cute. Motherfuckers died. That shit wasn't good.
Mob Deep and all them cats was really involved. Nowadays, G Unit, 50 Smoke. We all got it. Nowadays, it's so soft that I think we needed to create a buzz. And I think this is a buzz with Rick Ross, 50, Drake, whoever.
50 not involved in it. 50 not involved. But I heard let me ask you this then.
Nobody cares.
Aren't you happy that this competition right now in
I don't listen to this new age rap, so I don't know.
Well, I'm not even gonna talk to you about that because you ain't listening to it.
But who won though? Give everybody.
It ain't over yet. They still in the fight. It's a fourth round.
But who? What was?
I think right now this was a boxing match and it was round 4. I would say Drake is up right now in the points. You know what I'm saying? I think Drake's track was a little stronger than Kendrick, but Kendrick did come with some bars. It was a 6-minute song. He started off with some like the first 30 seconds, like some old school sample. I can't remember who it was. An old school sample, real slow, and the beat changed, and he started going in. Go check it out. I thought it was good, but Drake is winning right now, and Drake's probably going to respond to this. So we're going to just see, man. It's a lot of back and forth. It ain't
I think they should show up in Compton at Compton College since Drake's so talking shit and scrap if they're so real.
But I mean, listen.
Here's what I think.
We don't want no killing though, JB.
I didn't say kill. I said scrap.
It ain't gonna end that way.
Why not? These motherfuckers ain't no gangsters.
Homie.
These ain't no gangsters. Stop.
They got gangsters. No, they got gangsters around them.
Killing nobody. These
No. Around them they do though. Not Drake and Killer ain't no killers. Hell no. But they people around them be for real.
Yeah. No, they don't. Listen, let me be real.
I got killers I know right now. Jack can call right now.
Let me be real right now.
Shit happen.
I think that this is a media push by the white boys that run the business, Clive Davises and all these motherfuckers, to take our focus off P. Diddy leaving the country and nobody can know where the motherfucker's at. That's what I think it is. Shit. That's what I think it is.
It always comes back down to P. Diddy and Biden on it.
I think it's to get P. Diddy off the fucking hook. That's what I think this is. I think it's don't make no mistake about it. P. Diddy and 50 were what? Boys. I'm sorry. P. Diddy and Rick Ross, boys. P. Diddy and fucking what's the other cat's name in this beef? What's the white boys or what's the cat that kind of slow flow that's involved in this whole beef?
Who? Future?
Isn't the other one
Future, Kendrick, Ross, J. Cole kinda.
J. Cole and P. Diddy tight. Look at all the guys that are tight. Well, they've been together. They've been together. They're tight.
Diddy been with that. He been around everybody. He's Diddy. He ain't tight with Cole. Cole run by himself. See, I gotta educate you on certain shit. You don't know about shit going on right now.
That's why they're doing this right now, Smitty. Yeah, it's like Justin Bieber and Will Smith's son. They was fucking.
Oh. Hey, I'm gonna start we're gonna do a freestyle segment. Once we're in person, I saw Wido. Shout out to Wido, man, be on our show. He had a rapper come on this show and do a cipher. It was hard. I want to do a cipher on our show. Once we get in live, we're gonna get instrumentals from your homie, and I'm gonna just start fucking spitting.
Hey, did Chris Brown really buy all the tickets for somebody?
Quavo, it was empty in that motherfucker.
No,
hey, Chris Brown, the hardest gangster right now. Chris Brown really he dissed Quavo. He had maybe the best diss, called him all types of shit. And he a singer, and he dissed the hell out of Quavo. Quavo came back, but it was kind of weak. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Did he really buy the shit though?
That's the word on the street.
See, I told you J. Cole was with Jay-Z. I knew it. There's a link, homie. Jay-Z didn't sign J. Cole because Puff Daddy didn't allow it. Hey, I kind of got skinny though.
You do look a little slimmer, JB. I think it's the polo though, and it's black.
Nah, it ain't no polo, dog. I've been doing my shit. I've been eating. I ran around the block yesterday. I almost died, but I ran around the block. Yeah.
How many steps did you get?
I didn't do steps yesterday because it's just my legs ain't ready. It's like squatting. Cool. It's like squatting again, Smitty. You know what I'm saying? You know. So yeah. I've been running.
Start doing air squats. Like instead of when you at home chilling, you watching TV and you just cooking and shit. Like just get them to do 20 air squats. No weights or nothing. You'll start slowly building your legs back, getting those nerves going, and getting that muscle back going slowly but surely.
Nah, I don't do that. I was just in Compton yesterday, Jacob. You fucking idiots.
No, he wasn't. He lied, Jacob. I ain't gonna hold you.
He
was not in Compton yesterday.
Yes, I was yesterday. I went there yesterday to Louis Burgers with AE. Took it to the hood.
You took AE to Louis Burger? Are you fucking insane?
That's my hood.
She not safe. She not safe out there. Respectfully,
anybody's safe with me there. Fuck you talking about? You got me fucked up.
I'll be in Compton all the time, man. Shout out to my homie Compton. I'm gonna get him on the porch, man. I talked to him the other day. I pulled up to his tattoo shop, a couple months ago. Pull up, everybody in there smoking, hanging out. Like I really be in the streets for real. You might catch me in Inglewood solo. You might catch me in Compton solo. I might be in Beverly Hills solo. I'm just in all the hoods, good or bad. Because you know what? I serve a God that's greater than all the gangsters, all the softies, all the whoever you think, all the thugs. I don't fear no man. So I walk around fearless. And this is a fearless show.
We was talking about what our setup's going to be at the news place, and you just went sideways and fucked it all up. So now we wasted all our time. So anyway.
Well, we got time, man. We got time to discuss, man. Hey, y'all enjoy yourself. Have a great rest
of the week. I'm going right away. I'm already looking at furniture. I'm sending you shit. Like I don't take you talking about going on vacation and shit. I just spent the money to get the motherfucker. It's time to get it going. Like, I ain't got enough time. I'm already talking to a mural guy. I'm already talking to a mural cat.
Calm your ass down right now, JP.
I'm already talking to a cat to mural the wall wherever we are going to be. Mural the bitch up.
JB, I love what you're saying. Yeah, calm down. We about a heart attack with your fucking hype ass. We locked in. We gonna get straight to it. We gonna get the design going. One of my best homies, one of my best friends is getting married, bro. I'm in his wedding. I gotta go.
You gotta pick and choose, dog. We got shit to do. Business.
Motherfucker, this is my home. It's my brother. He getting married. I gotta go. Like you talking about. And then I'm going to Mexico 16th to 21st. After that, no vacation. I'm here. So we locked in.
Fucking Eddie.
You got a fork?
Eddie, I'll stay on right now, Eddie, if you drop us $100.99 chats.
What they gonna do, baby?
They don't need to know nothing about us.
What they gonna do, baby? What they gonna do?
Hey, what are you eating?
I'd die for you.
What are you eating? What are you eating, though? Chick-fil-A rubber?
Nah, this is your favorite. This is some leftover Chipotle.
Oh, that's another fake shit, dog. That's just horrible, man. You talking about... And you're going to gain 20 pounds of muscle, homie.
It's better when it's cold.
You're going to gain 20 pounds of muscle, homie. I'm not going to eat Chipotle. That shit's salty as fuck right now. I guarantee you. That shit's so fucking salty, huh? I guarantee you that shit is so salty.
It's so good. I love food, Jay, man. Don't lie.
Well, that's why I know I took the bet.
But we didn't even solidify the date. Nothing.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, 6 Man of the Year. We lie. We the realest show, homie. We could do this forever. Like that's what I'm saying.
Oh, shout out to Mike Bundy.
Wait, what?
That's the biggest donation we've ever had, ever. Mike Bundy is the realest person on this show. You can be a guest whenever you want to be a guest. You can call us when you want to co-host. You want a hoodie, you can get a hoodie. Whatever you want from now on.
Oh, he want me to do a sit-up. He want me to do a sit-up.
Oh, it's the sit-up.
Oh, hold up.
Do this in a $200, baby, to tell JB to do a sit-up live on the show. He about to try to do it right now. All the way up, too. All the way down, all the way up. No bullshit. Nah, keep the knees up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Ash, fuck, homie.
Nah, get him, Ash. 10. Get him, Ash. Look at Ash.
All right, Ash. All right.
Hold on, JB. You got to keep going. We got another $100 donation. McCoy, shedding McCoy, $100. We need 10 more, JB. 10 more. We got $100. Nope, 10 more. $100, 10 more. Keep it coming, y'all. Keep it coming, y'all. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming, y'all. Keep it coming.
I can't smoke.
Every $100, JB got to work out, y'all.
G Wizzle, shut your motherfucking ass up. Oh, bitch ass G Wizzle.
G Wizzle, that's my cousin. Shout out to G
I do
Wizzle.
bicycles, homie. Fuck around. What are you talking about? Bicycles? I do some crunches, motherfucker. I do it all.
Fuck around the fork. You better stop playing.
Oh, my back just tightened up.
Oh my God.
My back just tightened up, homie.
Shed McCoy, I just said $100 to see a push up. Hey, you must have got paid today, huh? You got big money.
Oh, it's the first. It's the first.
I got to pay rent today. He did all.
Shout out, man. Shit, man.
Shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the
see,
chat.
if we'd have got off regular time, you wouldn't have got this bread.
Yeah. All that's coming to me.
I've been trying to teach Smitty.
Me and Bailey gonna split this down the middle.
You and Bailey ain't even gonna see this shit.
150 apiece.
You are though. I really am. But
shout out to Eddie Manyweather. Appreciate you, Eddie.
Next month though, because I gotta get the furniture and shit. Put in
Yeah, let's get this furniture going, man. So we really got a studio. Like,
yeah,
it's serious, like for real.
Yeah, I did get a studio.
JB got it. I ain't gonna lie, but I did give us a little bit of money. Bailey, we gotta check our email to see if they sent over that contract yesterday for that company, because that money can go straight to the furniture. Low key, that's some good money.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I got you that motherfucker. Now what?
No, you got it.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna be working all weekend trying to move shit in. I gotta go take my homies down there to set it up. I got a mural guy. I got a hood artist. He's an old school graffiti artist in LA, real well known. Can't say his name. Cops are after him. A couple warrants, but he a hell of a graffiti artist.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he did this tattoo right here. This my daughter and my dad, that scroll.
Oh.
Yeah.
You talking about dude who I met from New Orleans? Long dreads, light skinned cat, came to the Super Bowl party.
Yeah. Big swole cat. Yeah.
That's my homie. Yeah.
Yeah.
He put a spell on who was playing that? It was Super Bowl, right? Who played Super Bowl? Chiefs and the Eagles. He put a spell on the fucking Eagles and they lost. No, it was a voodoo. No, that New Orleans voodoo shit is for real.
Mike Bundy, I did a sit-up. I did a bunch of sit-ups. What you talking about? Hey, he gonna do the mural behind wherever we are. He'll do the mural, and then I'm taking this big TV that we can write on.
Yeah,
that's gonna go on the wall. I'm already working on getting football turf put down below the TV. So we're on some turf when we do the football stuff. So we're on the board like ESPN, but we're drawing on the board. Blah, 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 blah. I'm working on getting the cameras. Enoch and I was dealing with that all night last night while you was eating at Farmer's Market and shit.
Right.
So I'm doing all the shit. I don't know what you're doing, but
when I get back next week, if you want to link up, bro, we can link up at the studio, or we can go grab some lunch first at like the Chinese spot you usually gonna take me to in Long Beach. You told me a year ago, never took me. We can go there. Go meet at the studio, kind of get some ideas of how you want to do this shit. I got some cats too who can help with the decor. I got a homegirl from out here, West Coast legend, really good at setting up. I can maybe talk to her. Let's get this shit right, man. Let's make it feel like us, make it feel like home. You know, I'm ready to do this, man. The only way out is in the box. Like we locked in now, so here's what it is.
My back's fucked up. You're gonna do all that on vacation, Leah, right? Exactly, Leah.
Leah, I'm not on vacation. I'm going to a wedding for 2 days. Stop, Leah.
Leah, he not even doing shit. I got to do everything again. Once again, I'm gonna do everything.
I'm gone for 2 days. Little of a crying. I'll be back Saturday.
You be back when? I'll be moved in by then and have a new co-host.
All the numbers gonna drop.
Yeah, I'm back putting in work. Billy the Kid Balboa. Shit, titties is. I already lost a little titty. I've already lost some titties, dog. Back to like kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Legit.
I'm your best co-host you ever had.
I'm kind of got, you know what I'm saying? I got like titties. I got my 6-pack back. Look at that shit. Look at that 6-pack back. Homie, look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. 6-pack right here. Look at this. Look at that 6-pack, homie, right here. All right, best back. Jeff Nadu tomorrow will be the co-host. We'll have, by the way, Shaun King will be on Friday, not tomorrow. But tomorrow we'll have Tank Johnson on, Steve Kim, with Jeff and I, and maybe some special guests. We don't know. We'll see. But tomorrow,
don't be on here. Don't be on here talking that racist shit like while I'm gone.
That's all we're trying to talk about tomorrow. Is the most racist show on planet Earth right here. Pound that like, subscribe, become a member. Shout out to everybody that dropped super chat. Eddie's still dropping 99-cent bombs, and we will see you on the other side. Make sure you head on over to Winnable. We will be doing some picks today, and we need new members. Come on over there. We'll be doing some members today, and also we're gonna start a GoFundMe for studio equipment such as cameras and microphones. So if anyone wants to help that out, we'll be posting that later when Bailey and I get together and create a little GoFundMe just for the studio. So shout out to everybody. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Issues get pressed so fast you don't get sacked like bags and baggage. Smitty and Jason Brown killed it, yeah, it's a rap. We what the game's been missing. We switched it and filled the gap.